Board meeting. A couple ground rules before we get started. If you haven't turned off your cell phones, we please ask you to do that now. Keep in mind these meetings are televised, so when you approach the podium, please let us know who you are, which business you represent, and if you have plans, you can lay them out on the desk beside the podium. So we have a pretty busy agenda tonight, so why don't we get started? And our first application tonight is DRB 2013-38, the application at the Radcliffe House Apartments at 1000 Conestoga Road in Bryn Mawr for 2 ground signs. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
You can talk right into the mic?
Oh.
Great, thank you. Tell us who you are and...
Hi, I'm Christina Bonacore, the property manager at the Radcliffe House Apartments on 1000 Conestoga Road.
Nice to have you here.
Big guy first to get him out of the way.
Okay, that sounds good.
This is the site plan. We will be putting 2 new signs on the Roberts Road entrance right here. The existing signs are a little old. Should I show those pictures?
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter which way? Is that okay?
No, that's fine. That's good.
That's Roberts Road, the entrance for Radcliffe House. On the one side of the brick wall, the sign's missing. I'm not sure how long it's been gone for, but It's not there. And this sign right here is peeling. And then the other signs that we have there now is just directional signs for the leasing office. Kind of all over the place.
Okay. All right, so we're going to basically change out 2 signs for 2 signs.
Well, what was 4 signs
okay.
for 2 signs,
right,
but now it's 3
okay.
signs.
But 2 that identify the building as
Right.
such, okay.
The new signs will be larger. They will be 2 24 by 44 signs on each side of the entrance, which will have Radcliffe House. Which will have Radcliffe House Apartments and the phone number with the email address. They are going to be black, white, and the gold color is called Pantone Gold Metallic. And they are both single-sided carved signs.
What do you guys think?
Good. You look nice. Looks good.
Thank you.
How about the location of those signs? You know, naturally they're going to have to be placed where people leaving the apartment complex aren't going to have their sight lines blocked.
Sight lines.
Yeah. So where exactly are you going to place
they
those?
will be set back. When you enter or exit on both sides, they're like little tiny hills that we have landscaping. You can kind of see in this one with all the shrubbery. They will be placed like right here, where it won't be, once you pull up, you'll be able to see both sides of the road. They won't be blocking the road at all. And like in this picture, it's going to be set back even more. It'll be right about there.
Okay.
Like in the planting bed?
Before it.
Okay.
But in the dirt.
Yep.
On the little mound.
Okay. They're going to actually by code have to be at least 10 foot off the cartway. So at least 10 foot off the road.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So that'll work.
It shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I think there's plenty of room there. Okay, so the signs are high density urethane material-wise. Okay. And you're going to have any lighting on those signs?
We are not, as of now. If we were to decide to do something, it would be in the far future because of all the improvements that we're trying to do to the building right now. It's very minor.
Okay.
But recently we have fixed the landscaping up within the past year, so there's some new flowers and little bushes out there.
Are you actually going to have like a designated flower bed as such for those new signs?
No.
No, okay.
Whatever's there now.
Whatever's there. All right.
Okay, so
I have no problem.
Is there going to be a leasing office sign? This one. There is. No? The leasing office located in Building A.
No.
Okay, that's just being taken, all right, great.
We're taking those away because they fall down.
I had a couple of
Every-
them, and I thought, maybe I'm missing some. All right, good.
Every time it rains, they fall.
Well, tomorrow they'll be down.
Are you
Right?
replacing the leasing office signs, or how do people know where to go to lease?
If we were to do something, we did talk about that. We were going to be putting, right when you pull in there, you're facing the building, we were going to put a very small sign up in front of the building, but we didn't talk about that yet. Point into the leasing office.
That's a good idea. So you wait on that, we're just deciding on these two.
Well, we'll wait on that, and if you're going to illuminate those signs, you're going to have to actually come back
Again.
to our board.
Okay.
Okay. And the other thing is, I would think you'd want the address on there somewhere,
Street number.
street number, yeah.
Okay. So fit that right on the sign.
Yeah, I would say,
It's, the only thing I wasn't sure of, our main sign that's actually on Conestoga Road that we're not taking down has
Mm-hmm.
the address, but this is on Roberts Road.
yeah, it's a separate road.
So I didn't
Yeah.
know if that would make sense to put 1000 Conestoga Road when it's actually Roberts.
Hmm.
Is Robert's the main entrance to the
No.
property?
No, Conestoga. That's our address, our physical address. You can just leave and enter from Roberts
I
Road.
don't know, Bill, what do you think on that?
I think with it on Conestoga makes more sense, yeah.
Okay.
If it's otherwise, it may confuse
It's
people.
Okay,
confusing,
no,
yeah.
no problem.
That road's a little confusing.
Oh,
Okay.
good, because the signs look nice, kind of clutter them up.
Okay. And your signs fall within the square footage allowable, and, okay. The other thing is, usually we're telling people that come in that their lettering is too large. Do you think your lettering might be a little too small? What do you think?
Do we know what the letter size is?
Yeah,
We
it's
do.
on
Let
there.
me see. Is it on one of these?
It is. It has a separate page. The R is larger, it's 3.7 inches,
Ooh,
and then the
yeah.
rest is 3.
Well, see, if you make that much larger, you're going to hit the trees.
Yeah,
You don't have much room to make it larger, but it would be nice if you had that, I think just for you. But this isn't their primary sign.
Right, it's not the
Okay.
main
This isn't, yeah, their
entrance.
main entrance is on Conestoga, so I think you'll be able to see it. It's 3 3/4 on that.
there it is, Cindy.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the email, I mean, the website is a lot smaller. That's the smallest.
That's really small for seeing, I think, from the street. Is your email address on the Conestoga Road sign?
It is.
Well, then these are just supplemental signs.
Okay.
If you're happy with them, I guess we,
Eventually, we're going to replace the main sign on Conestoga to match
Mm-hmm.
these. But-
Well, you might want to go a little larger than on the
Right.
lettering for
But
Radcliffe.
Yeah, that sign
and-
will just be one sign, so that will be much larger,
Okay,
if you allow.
thank you.
Okay.
I just wonder if you have a typo. It says Radcliffe.
There is. I was hoping you weren't going to catch that.
And it used to be E.
There is no E in Radcliffe. The sign lady messed that up, so I will be sure that she won't mess that up for the real sign.
Well, it gives you actually a little flexibility if you want to add a little height in your letter.
Right, spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Without the E.
Tony, what do you think? You like it?
I have no problem.
Brian,
It's great.
any questions? Or
Great improvement.
No, I think it looks fun.
Okay. Lisa?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yep.
Cindy?
All good.
Okay. Want to go for it?
Sure.
Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2013-38 Radcliffe House Apartments, I move that we accept the design as presented for 2 ground signs.
And we'll just put in if they do lighting or extra
Yes,
signs,
if
we'll
you're
come back.
doing lighting or any additional signage, you need to come back to us again.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
I do not.
Okay. Do we hear a second? Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank
Okay.
you very much
Thanks
for
a
your
lot.
time.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is DRB 2013-39, the application of Palm at Radnor Racket Club at 175 King of Prussia Road in Radnor for a freestanding sign. Hello there.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Lloyd Goodman, the owner of the property, and then John Weinrott, my tenant that owns Palm,
Yes.
is also here. Oh, okay.
I think you gentlemen were in, maybe within the last, year or two to pass a visit?
Yes.
All right.
What was that for?
That was outdoor seating.
Oh,
Right,
yeah, that's
exactly,
right.
outside
With the
dining, yeah.
tent, Yes.
Okay, so you're here tonight for a freestanding sign.
Yes, so there's the site plan. Oh, no, it's on a pole.
Red pole, okay.
Yeah.
Is there presently a restaurant there?
Yes, well, there had been for many years, several decades actually. So John opened his Palm last summer. And
The
there's
Palm is there now,
yes,
so it's open for dining?
it's a banquet
It's
facility.
an event
Oh,
space,
it's a
right?
banquet
Yeah.
facility. I see.
What about,
Yeah. If
so
you're
we need an
invited.
event. What about there were two restaurants in there, a smaller one. Is that not, is it a part of your operation or no? Okay, got it.
Okay.
So, I guess this site plan's a little small, but I guess you can see the entrance there. And I gave some photographs of the entrance. 3 of them. I don't know which one's really the best. Maybe this one.
Is this where you come across a bridge?
Once you're in the property, yes. Yeah. So this is coming from Lancaster Avenue towards the Radnor train station. We're on the right. So we've had the Radnor Racket sign with the little sign attached below for the tennis professionals. Then the next sign is the temporary sign that Palm put up, the white sign on the pole. That's where the restaurant sign had been for quite a while. So they did that in the interim until they, got their plans together for the new sign. And then the other third sign we have there is the office suites, which has the number 175 prominently. I heard you ask that other person. See, that one has our number pretty prominently.
Good.
So
That's facing.
this will be facing, towards Route 30 now, from the other direction.
Don't I recall you coming in for this sign? Didn't we talk about a pole sign when you were here that, no? I thought I remember talking about cartway and existing pole. I may be wrong, but I do like this design
I don't
a
think so.
lot.
I think this one came in, Cindy.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think
I
that
just
came
couldn't
before
remember.
us,
Yeah, I
yeah.
knew that poem was going, okay. It's a great looking sign.
Yeah, so here's the official.
Yeah.
A little hard to see with this photograph, but it's 36 inches wide and 24 inches high, and it's backlit, and it's something. It's like iron.
Internally,
Oh, okay, internally. Is that what you're
it's
saying?
luminous.
Yeah.
So the light comes through here and through here. And then the letters the letters will be illuminated as well, and they're carved into it. It's made out of iron.
So at nighttime, when it's illuminated, what are we going to see exactly? Just the Palm name and the logo?
Leaf.
Okay.
You're going to see this little green leaf on the apple.
Mhm.
Pomme is apple in French, and then the brand.
Okay. And the rest of it will be dark?
Dark, right.
Okay. So that'll meet code that way. All right.
Is it actually, it's cut out though, right? So it's just, the light is illuminating through the open space of the letters. I think it's going to look great, and I'm glad you're illuminating because it will look really nice.
Okay.
And I like the way it's hung, and you gave us a detail on that.
Yeah, that little wrought iron.
So it won't move.
Correct.
And how about your letter size on that Palm? You have any idea?
About 7.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah. And then-
Office Suites is huge.
Yeah, that's been there since 1990.
So it's your building, right, Lloyd?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
saying, when
it's
the
not-
time comes. Something tasteful like home would be.
Yeah.
We're trying to send that message.
See, by the different rents we get, it's not exactly proportional.
Gotcha.
But
Only
there's
3
no
little
more
offices.
public accommodation restaurant there, it's just a banquet facility? right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the overall size is fine. Cindy mentioned it can't swing. And is that, well, that pole is naturally wired for electricity,
Yes,
right?
the last sign
Okay.
also was illuminated from within.
Okay,
Previous restaurant.
All right.
So we just unhooked it and safed it. And
yeah,
Gonna just
okay,
leave it
so
there.
it's minimal electrical work.
Right.
Okay.
Are you doing anything with the pole? What is the pole made out of?
It's an 8x8, preserved wood,
Okay.
like 18 or 20 feet tall, something like that.
And I see on the existing sign, there's a support below, but you won't need that with this sign.
No, but we'll just, the top is well supported, but the bottom, like you're saying, just so it doesn't swing, I guess we'll have to do some little discrete piece, another piece of metal. I didn't have it drawn on this picture, but we can make sure we do that.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe right at the base under at the I thought maybe with this detail, I thought it indicated that it didn't swing, but actually it could swing on this, you think?
Well, it's probably not a bad, I mean, you know, I'm not sure, we're not getting an engineer to design that thing, but it probably couldn't hurt to have one more little piece of metal, even some strong piece of metal.
Yeah.
With enough wind or something, it can,
Yep.
maybe it not break, maybe it would bend and that would, you know, look bad too. So I just, you know, since you're saying that, I'm going to add a little piece of metal just at the bottom corner there.
Yeah, it needs some kind of restraint.
Yeah.
And John, how
Just
long have you
some-
been there, been open?
It's almost 12 months.
That's good,
June 15th we opened.
great.
You know, one other question, how high is that sign from grade? Do you have any idea?
I have an idea. I'd say the bottom of the sign is probably about 8 feet.
Okay, so
or
10
se-
at the top.
It doesn't get to the sidewalk. It's just over the grass. It gets kind of near the sidewalk, you know, as far as that plane goes. But then you can easily walk,
Okay.
walk under it.
Yeah, you're
It's good.
okay on that, too. Okay. All right. Any other questions, Brian, comments? Tony, Brian? You guys all right?
It's my only question. I love the way this looks. I think it's terrific. Do you ever get people who don't know what you do? I mean, would it be helpful to have something like Palm, I don't know, banquet, you know, just kind of advertising what you do?
Right.
Just a question. Or is it just word of mouth and,
That was important.
okay.
People put it on, when they come, a random person, they're going to wonder. That's great. They can search it and they'll find it. If it's online, and then the person on their invitation, if they're coming to an event, it's going to say Palm on the
Okay.
invitation. So they're going to know it's 175.
All right, good.
Do you use a certain caterer, or do you have your own?
My company's called Peachtree and Ward. And
Okay. Oh, Peachtree. Oh, no, Peachtree. Okay. That's all you need to say.
How many people can you accommodate?
About 200.
200.
We're all planning events right now, so make sure.
Especially Tony, huh?
I know, Tony, what do you got going?
You never can tell.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions for the board?
No?
You guys all right? Okay. Somebody like to make a motion? Lisa, you want to take this one?
Sure. I move that in the matter of DRB-2013-39, home at Radnor Racket Club, 175 King of Prussia Road, that we approve the pole sign as presented, and that the only difference or slight modification will be that they're putting a anchor bracket right at the corner, left corner, bottom of the sign, anchoring into the pole.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is DRB 2013-40, the application of Emerson Group at 409 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a facade change. Hello there.
I'm Paul Bloomfield on behalf of Emerson Group. I'm the architect of record. This is my colleague Debbie Douglas. Emerson Group purchased the property recently and interior renovations are underway, and that includes some proposed exterior renovations as well, so that's what brings us here.
Great.
I believe you all have packages that show the finishes that are being proposed. I'll just walk through them quickly, and then if we have any questions. At the base, the stone is being expanded somewhat to include the area at the front. The stucco is being repaired, and then an elastomeric paint finish is going to be applied to the stucco to give that a unified look. The blue vinyl siding is being replaced with a wood tone fiber cement shingle siding. We're actually going to have two different patterns of that. The upper gables are going to be using a slightly different pattern, but the same material, the same tone. And then the roofing material is being replaced with an architectural shingle, a dimensional shingle. A couple of other small changes to the exterior, including at the back of the building. You can see in this photo there's a small addition that used to enclose a refrigerator. That's going to be removed, and we'll place a small stairs there that relates to the handicap accessible ramp at that back entrance. And there are two windows that are being changed as well. On the second floor, the internal plan changes to a point where there's an office there that would have no window without the addition of that third window. So we're just going to match the dimension of the adjacent windows and add that third one on the second floor. And then below that, on the first floor, what will be a boardroom. There's a large triple window there now with a transom above that that has leaded glass panels. We're going to have that copied by an artisan that does leaded glass and reproduce that. It's essentially 3 modern vinyl windows, but with this older transom above that. So we're going to copy that.
Is everybody
that's really
familiar
about
with where the area is, where this is?
Where exactly is it?
Well, it's just east of the old Acme Center, where like Five Guys is in Panera. Right.
Next to Harmonia Spa,
Right.
near the.
What was in there prior? What business was in
It
there?
was office. This is zone residential, but this was an existing office, some engineering firm, I believe.
Okay.
But Emerson Group owns the 2 adjacent properties, and they've expanded, and they're just
Okay.
So
in need of more
is
office
Emerson
space.
Group moving into this space?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Is there current signage there now? Is that Harmonia Spa? Do they have a sign out front or?
They do.
Harmonia has, that's the adjacent property. That's not what this property was.
Right, not on your property, though, you're coming.
Harmonia, I
tonight.
believe, has a sign in front of their place. They own the
Okay.
next 2 properties, I believe.
Right, yeah, okay. So right now, there's no signage?
Right, and
Okay.
Emerson Group isn't proposing any signage
Okay.
at this location. They don't do
Okay.
retail work, and so they're
Right,
not
I see.
in need of that.
Okay. All right. Questions?
I have no problem with it. I think it's
Wanna-
very confident.
Go in a little more detail, just show us a little bit more, or? Are you
If
guys
there's any
comfortable?
particular areas
I
where
think
there
it
are
seems very
questions.
clear. Pardon?
Yeah, I was
think
gonna
it
say,
seems-
you guys
I think
happy
it's a
with-
good, the
Yeah.
submission is great. It's very clear.
Yeah.
You did a good job of explaining it.
All right, well then, let somebody else have a turn.
I'm in favor of that.
Do we want to look at landscaping, or proposing any landscaping changes, lighting changes, sidewalks, anything like that?
The exterior lights are being replaced in kind, and no, the sidewalks are existing, and really not doing anything significant with that, so.
So it's mostly
It's
facade,
the facade.
facade
It's-
changes as
it's the
such?
building improvements that we're
Okay.
focusing on, yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Nice improvement.
It
You
is
got
a
it
nice
right?
improvement.
Ryan,
Yeah,
any
looks good.
questions, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Somebody like to make a motion, Tony, Brian?
Sure.
Okay.
In the case of DRB 2013-40, Emerson Group, I recommend it be approved as submitted.
Okay, for here a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks for coming in. Appreciate
you.
that. All right, next is DRB 2013-41, the application of the Windermere Court Apartments at 116 Windermere Avenue in Wayne for one freestanding sign. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
okay.
It's like the year of the apartment. You know, everybody, I guess everybody thought it was time to spruce up.
Yes. My name's Robin Grozlewski. I'm the Leasing and Marketing Director for Metropolitan Management Corporation. We manage the property there. What we plan on doing is taking down the old signs and replacing with the new signs. We are rebranding our company, so we're replacing the signs. We're actually taking down the 2 old signs that are there. One's on Windermere Court, or Windermere Avenue, and one is on Luella. And we're replacing it with one sign, and we want to put it on the corner. I don't know if you can.
It's a very handsome old Wayne property.
Yes, it's a great property, yeah.
20s or 30s?
Yes. Yeah, it's a wonderful property.
All brick, I think.
Mhm.
Brick. Quite handsome.
So we want to replace it with this sign here. We want to put it on the corner. These 2 signs are kind of just there. They're not really doing anything. This is our new sign. All of our properties are getting the new branding sign here. It's kind of small. I apologize for that. Do you have a copy of this?
Yes,
Yes, we do.
We do, right?
It has the name of the property, the address, phone number, email address, or the web address. Everything's on there. So, and that's what, right now we don't have any planned landscaping.
Mhm.
When we do put a light on there, it's just going to be a solar power light.
I would say a landscaping bed is beneficial because the guys who do the weed whacking tend to rip up the bottoms
Which
without
I've
a
already
landscaping
discovered.
bed.
We've
Yeah,
done a couple properties.
Right.
Yes.
And we're actually planning on putting some plastic around the bottom to protect the bottom of the sign.
Just wrap the bottom in plastic?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Because even with the landscaping, when they come in there, if there's some weeds,
Right.
they're landscapers.
The existing signs, you're going to take those out, and are you going to just leave those flower beds the way they are then?
Maybe around the one tree, but here, no, this is, it's going to get grass in here.
Okay.
So we're going to fill that in. Possibly around this tree, we're going to leave some of the flowers here. They're not here, definitely not here.
Okay. And then the apartment available sign, what are you going to do there?
That's being taken out.
Just getting rid of that altogether? Okay. And I think you have another sign also. Is
The
it?
delivery sign?
Yeah.
That's been taken out, too.
That's going to go too?
Yeah, we have a lot of old signs on that property. It's an old property. So we're just taking out all the old signs. We're trying to condense the signs. Too many signs kind of junk up the property, so
Okay.
we're kind of coming in with the new.
So basically, you're only going to have one sign? Okay. And again, there it is, 116 Windermere. So you have your address on there, so that's good. And sign size, you're okay with that?
Size.
Yeah, they're all right. And a rental office sign, or that's, again, incorporated on this new sign?
Well, we don't have a rental office there.
Okay,
It's off-site. So.
all right, okay.
They're allowed discretional signs to cover instructional signs,
right.
arrows, things like that, one way. You can do that on your own.
Currently, we just don't have a rental office there, so this is why we need the phone number and the web address there.
I think it'd be nice to take away the two signs, replace it with one. This is more contemporary looking. They were, yeah.
It's right on the corner. I mean, you have the traffic, coming
Yeah.
here, you have the traffic coming here. There's really no need for the sign on the residential street and in front of the school. You might as well condense them both. And
That's good. Makes sense. I like it.
Okay. I would strongly consider, though, flower bed at the base. I think it'll look good there, especially since you're taking out one and,
we probably will.
Yeah.
It's just right now, we're really concerned with just condensing the properties, making the metropolitan name known, and then we'll come back after this whole thing is done and
Okay.
then do the landscaping, most likely within the month. But right now, we're concerned with really just condensing the properties under the metropolitan name.
okay.
Okay.
Do we want?
Where's the Metropolitan office when you call it?
Narberth.
Are you, where?
Narberth?
Narberth?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where Narberth.
Yes. Yes, it took me about 40 minutes to get here today.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. Is there any other questions, comments from the board? Guys are good? Questions or comments for
I
us?
like it.
No?
Likes it. I like it.
Great, thank you.
Want to take it, Cindy?
Sure. In
Thank
the
you.
matter of DRB 2013-41, Windermere Court Apartments, the removal of two signs and replacing with one freestanding sign, I move that we accept the proposal as submitted.
Want to just put about the flower bed?
Okay, yes, and if you're going to add landscaping, we are not going to require you to come back, but then that's in the case of a small flower bed around there or ground cover of some kind.
Okay.
You're going to start adding trees,
No.
shrubs, yeah, I know. Why would you do that? Then we can't see the sign.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, good. Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Okay, next is DRB 2013-43, the application of LSF Pilates at 245 Conestoga Road in Wayne for a new wall sign. And this is the location last month, Tabar was in, the same
Oh, yeah,
location
yeah.
on Conestoga Road. Okay. So, hi there, how are you?
Hi, my name is Liz Finnegan, and I am the owner of LSF Pilates. And
Oops.
this right here is what the outside of the exterior looks like now.
He turned it over
Sorry,
so it's right side up for, see, if you look up at the screen,
Oh, is it? Sorry, it's so dark anyway.
and then turn the other one over too. Thank you.
Okay, so you're in a building with 3 or 4 other tenants then?
Correct.
Okay.
And the tenants on either side of me, I'm matching their sign, size, material. The only difference that I'm proposing is the color.
Right.
They both have the hunter green. I have the samples here, the paint chips, but I would like, my colors do not really go with the hunter green. They're more
Right.
this color. So the blue, the navy blue, I just thought helped stand out a little better.
Well,
So I brought the green just in case, so I wouldn't have to come back.
if you guys remember last month when that Tabar came in, and we talked about the history of that little complex there. Keith Martin's the property owner. And
okay.
one time, I guess Keith wanted all the businesses to be dark green. And I guess a couple of them have gotten away from that. And Tabar's put like underground sign, a white background.
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember, we kind of said last month that all new applications had come in, not knowing that you were going to come in.
Yeah.
But, you know, we should try to go back and have them stick to the green to get some
Exactly.
consistency back on that complex over there.
But were we asking for it on the building, or were we asking
I
for it
think
on the
everything.
monument
I
sign?
think
Is it-
everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith said I could. He said it was up to you guys,
Right.
basically. He was fine with the blue, but
Yeah. So I think that was.
Where is Tabar related to you? Where are
that is on the far, if you're on Conestoga staring at the building, the far left.
Far left.
Yeah.
And it's set back a little bit further than myself, the orthodontist, and the ballet studio. So it's not as visible. There's more landscaping in front of it.
Okay, so are the other signs green?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, the ground sign has gotten a little mishmash.
The ground sign's a mess. It's got too many things going on.
Tabar really didn't put a wall sign up. If you remember, they just did window signage.
Yes.
And I think a placard by the front
remember
door.
that.
And in addition to the ground sign. So that was their three signs, not so much a wall signs. But I believe your orthodontist and the ballet are green, your two neighbors.
Correct.
Yeah.
What was in there before?
A lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
It
been
wasn't very
a million
nice when I
things.
first
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah, it's been
I don't know.
restaurants
Everyone
and pizza
asked me that.
shops and
Yeah.
everything.
Every time I would drive by, it was something different. I
Yeah.
think it was a different monogram store previously.
It was a monogram shop.
Correct.
So I would rather see
Oh.
it be green. I'd like to see all of them be green,
And
but I mean, I'd like you to stand out, but
Yeah, I just thought it would still be symmetric because Tabar doesn't have one, and they're kind of set back anyway. And Jujana Salon has red.
Yeah, they've got red. Yeah, and they're the ones that kind of upset the whole color scheme, or maybe not them solely, but they were one of the ones. And like I said, I think Keith from the get-go.
I'd rather see the monument. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
no,
interrupted you.
Keith had that agreement, I think, with the township when that complex was first developed, that all the colors were going to be green. Ground sign, wall signs, and all that. And like I say, a couple of them, for whatever reason, started doing other colors. But I think we determined last month that we should go back and try to pick that green color up again and keep it consistent. But, again, I don't know.
Are you going to be on the monument side?
Well, right now there's not really any room on it.
Right.
I would be in the bushes, so
Yeah.
I've held off on that until he said he's going to he would have to get approval, and who knows when that will happen. He wants to get a wider sign and have it 2x2 instead of all under one strip. So
Well, if that happens, I want all of the monument side
yeah.
should all be the same.
No
I mean,
doubt about it.
Yeah, because as you're driving by, it'd be nice to have that be all the same, but I do understand a business owner wanting their sign to be a different color than those adjacent. Like, that's the strip where Anthony's and all this. I mean, everybody gets to have their own identity.
Right.
But there's something that holds it all together. So,
Well, you have an opportunity to use 20% of your window space for signage. I don't know if you want to put
Yeah.
something blue in
the
way
only
of
thing is
vinyl
with
or-
that, Tabar, they don't have any window panes in their window,
Right.
and I do. So it would be tough. I would have to have it broken up, and I'd rather that look. I mean, I agree with the fact that my sign should look like the two neighboring signs, and it will match them completely. And I just thought the color would make it pop a little bit, and
Well, let me
What are
just-
the other
it's still in the same
Let
kind of.
me ask Bill. Bill, you've spoken to Keith, I know, about this complex, Keith Martin.
Yeah, that's correct.
What's your feelings with this?
Keith agreed that in the future that everything would be green, but I thought we were just talking about the ground sign, not necessarily individual signs on the building. I don't think I expressed that fact to him when I spoke to him.
So right now, there's just the two wall signs. You're going to be the third, I guess, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
so it would go green, blue, green?
Yes.
Well, what do you
I
guys
actually think, I understand the concept of having the the pillar sign all the same color, but I think it would set all of them off nicely to have them a little bit different. I mean, as long as the logos are the
Yeah, I
same,
agree.
it ties in. I just think sometimes when you drive by a place and it's all the same sign, it's just, they kind of blend together.
You might not realize
more.
there are different
And
businesses
you
in
think
there.
they're all the same. And
Yeah.
I think it would be, actually complement all of them to have something a little bit different as long as it ties in, as long as the you know,
Yeah,
whatever
I'd
that
like, I'd like to
monument
see the
is.
monument all be the
The
same.
monument, I think that
And let
makes
them have
sense,
some
yeah,
individual
but,
expression
yeah.
on the
Right.
building, so you look and go, oh, there it is.
Right. I think it looks nice. I think the
It does look
colors
good.
go well
Mhm.
together.
Thank you.
So your size and everything is pretty much
It's
is the same as what the
Correct.
neighbors have? Okay. All right. Is there any lighting on that sign, or
No,
no lighting? Okay.
just the building itself.
Okay. And, well, whatever color we go with, whoever hangs that sign, I think you had it,
It's Signs by Tomorrow in
okay.
Ardmore.
It's on the app.
Somebody
Yeah.
had it in their application. Oh, yeah, the sign will be bolted through the face of the sign using painted masonry anchors. The fasteners cannot be shown, so you
Yes.
can't see, like, screws bolted through.
Correct, yeah.
So,
Is that what that means?
because your neighbor got in a little bit of trouble about that last month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whoever hung their signs.
Oh, you mean on the street sign?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
So we
not
asked him to
even
correct
gonna
that.
do
Okay.
that until Keith figures out what he wants to do
Right,
with
but just,
that.
I mean, just make sure that
Yeah,
there's no...
I spoke
the
with
hidden
the owner.
fasteners,
Mhm.
okay. And again, you can use that 20% of your window space for signage if you want to
Okay.
put some vinyl in your window or whatever,
Okay.
so. And the street number is probably on the
It's on
door,
your
but
door?
if it's not, we'd ask you to put
It's
the
over
street
the
number.
door, yeah.
It's on there, okay.
Mhm.
All right, so the only sign as of right now, is going to be that sign?
Yes.
Okay, so if you come back for a ground sign, we're probably going to have you go green on that.
Yeah, I'm fully
Okay.
prepared now.
All right, so what do you guys feel about the color then?
I think the
I
blue's
go blue.
fine.
I think blue looks
No
good.
problem.
You have to look at it. You live across the street.
I know.
Yeah, you're all right with it?
Tenderloin of,
That's
Never
it.
mind.
Yeah.
Um,
Lisa, you're okay?
Oh, yes.
Okay, as long as the size is the same and, yeah.
Good.
good.
You happy with that?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Any other questions for us, or?
No?
No.
That's it.
Okay. You'd
We
like to
wish
make a
you the
motion?
best of luck with your new
Thank
Yeah,
you
Why don't you
very
tell us
much.
about your business a little bit?
I signed the lease February 1st. I opened February 13th. Kind of realized I wanted to open my studio about a month before that, so it's been a busy year, but everything's been going really well, and I was fully booked this week, so
That's great. Do you teach all the classes? Are they group or individual?
I do both. About 70% of my hours are private sessions, 30% classes. And my clients range in age from 17 to 84
Oh, I
right now.
love
So
that.
anyone can do
That's
it.
great.
And everyone needs Pilates. And if you wait till you figure out you need it, it's usually a little bit better to start before you actually realize you need it, because then you have an injury and
Is it
a lot
like
of pain.
yoga?
It is similar fundamentals. We don't meditate. There's no real held postures. We use equipment. And it's not meditative. And it's mostly done either sitting or lying down. And yoga's tough because there's like 20 different types of yoga, so it's kind of hard to compare it. But it's more therapeutic, I think. If you have an injury, it's kind of, a lot of people say, oh, this is kind of like what I did in physical therapy. So, but everybody's different, so you can't go into a class and think every exercise is going to help you. So it's more one-on-one based and specific than yoga.
We wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All
Did we
right.
approve it yet?
No,
Oh, I'm thinking, shouldn't we
Would you like to
go
make a
through the whole
motion,
process?
Cindy?
Sure.
thanks.
In the matter of DRB 2013-43, LSF Pilates at 245 Conestoga Road, I move that we accept the design as submitted and that the business owner may hang her sign in blue. You know, the fasteners have to be hidden. We assume your street number is on your door, and you have to come back if you want a monument sign.
Yes.
And we should just mention it from here on in if there's a
From here on
monument
in,
sign.
wait, all the monument signs are all going to be green from here on in.
Right. Okay.
I don't think that'll really be your concern. You just know yours is going to be green.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Thank
Thanks a
you
lot.
very much.
Thank you. All right, next is DRB 2013-44, the application of Sophie's Cafe at 163 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a wall sign and an outside dining application. Hello there.
Hello.
And this was formerly Cream and Sugar?
Correct.
Okay, next to Margot Quo's.
Matthew Shore, representing Sophie's Cafe,
Good to
the
meet you.
owner.
Yeah,
How are you?
good.
Well, since you're representing the owner.
No, I am the owner.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
thinking represent.
The owner.
I wasn't your. I was going to ask.
Representing Sophie's Cafe.
What's going on? What's going to be like? And
We
what do you
are.
serve?
We're planning on hopefully opening by July 15th.
Mm-hmm.
We just got our permit approved for the hood, so we're actually installing a hood to do breakfast, lunch, and then desserts throughout the afternoon
Mm-hmm.
into the evening. So we'll be opening hopefully around 6:30 in the morning with breakfast to go as well as sit-down breakfast service with lunch till about 3, and then switching over to desserts for the rest of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So
I see Steve Schatz' name here.
he's the building owner.
He used to be my accountant, probably the best accountant that there ever was.
Okay.
Yeah,
him
Wayne
my-
Toy Town.
Give
So
him my very best.
I will do so.
Thank you.
He's away for 10 days, so.
All right, Matthew, so we're going to look at two things tonight, the outside dining and the wall sign. You know,
Yes.
why don't we start with the wall sign?
Sure.
Okay.
The existing sign that was up in that area above the door and above that large wood display window was on 1/4-inch plywood, 2 separate panels that just said Cream and Sugar. We've removed it, and we're planning on just doing vinyl across the top of 2 other pieces of plywood because they don't go the full length, and it put them right back into the existing framework that's up there on 1/4-inch plywood.
Okay, so it's going to be plywood with a vinyl application.
On over the full surface.
Right, okay.
Correct. Now, there's an existing frame there now.
Yeah.
And we just popped the panels out, measured them to fit, and then we would just put it right back in the framework.
Okay, so the frame's like a maroon color.
To match the whole building.
Okay.
The building has all the accents, the maroon. The only thing that's different is domicile sign and PB&U sign. They're the only differentiating aspects. Everything
Okay.
else is that beige and burgundy.
Okay, but your Sophie's Cafe is going to be more
Would be
that-
blue.
Blue, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the sign right next to it's just got the, I guess, images
That
or
actually just
whatever?
has hand-drawn, painted-on coffee cups and squiggles. We plan on painting that to match, just solid, just like to match whatever is already existing up there, that same burgundy color, because we're more than just coffee now. So we're more than just the coffee shop.
So you're saying with that sign, you're going to just
Paint it over.
And do what? Just blank it out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, basically just blank it out. The only signage that we would have would be over the door.
Okay. And you're going to use what? The burgundy color to blot it out? You're not going to use blue?
No.
You're
We'll
gonna
just
match the
paint
color.
it to match the rest of the building.
Okay, right. Okay.
I just didn't want to do anything to the exterior based on, at that particular time. so,
Exactly, yeah.
It's bright.
It's good.
What's that?
I think people will see it.
Yeah, it's bright. Yeah.
So you'll do breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
No dinner service at this moment right now,
Breakfast,
just
lunch.
breakfast and lunch. And then once we close the kitchen around 2 or 3, we'll start doing waffles and ice cream. I'm also Scoop DeVille in the city. So
Oh.
we've brought up Scoop DeVille with us, and we're going to be having that aspect in the store as well. So
What's Scoop DeVille?
it was at 18th and Chestnut, custom blended ice cream and yogurt.
Oh, okay.
So any flavor soft serve you can imagine.
Right.
Plus what you can't get it, So you can get a banana split, you can get a root beer float, brownie sundae.
Will it all be soft ice cream, or will you do?
It all starts
scoop-
hard. We
scoop?
make everything soft.
Oh, okay.
So you could take
great.
vanilla, blend in apple, cinnamon, caramel, and graham cracker, and get a soft serve apple pie flavored ice cream.
It's dangerous teasing us with food.
I know.
Sounds great.
6:45
So
right now.
Okay.
yes,
So I think it's
Okay.
suitable.
Yeah. Matthew, your letter size, excuse me, your letter size? Sophie's Cafe?
at 13.5 wide, I think the final finish is 2 feet tall. So that's probably a good 18 inches on the S, with 3 or 4 inches top to bottom. so it is a rather large. We tried to get it to go the full length of the hole, 13 and a half feet.
So if your S is 18, what do you think the O is going to be?
Probably close to 12.
Oh, I think it's, don't you
Or
think
maybe a
it's
little more.
Probably like, if that's 18,
It's 2 feet tall total.
so I would guess that's 12.
Yeah.
If that sign's 2 feet, I don't think that S is quite 8.
Maybe not 18.
No, that's
I
what
think
I'm
it's
thinking, just
less.
kind of, if this is done to scale, I
Mhm.
think you're right.
We're going to put some parameters on that and say
Yes,
maybe the
let's
O's
just-
should be no larger than 12, and then,
And then size the S accordingly.
yeah.
Yes,
Is that all right
Okay.
with you?
I like that idea.
No larger than 12 inches on the O?
Yeah.
On the- yeah,
Okay.
on the
Because
left, yeah.
that, your business is pretty much right on top of the highway. It doesn't need to be that large.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
everybody's going to see it, so.
You could space the letters a little if you find you're having too much.
Right, and we could, if we scale it down a little, if it ends up being over 12, if we scale it down, that'll give us the same parameter, the border around all 4 sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top to bottom, side to side.
All right, and again, you probably just heard about the hidden fasteners.
To be, yeah.
Right, blind fasteners, okay.
Yeah, once they're up, once the board is back up in place and they
Right.
put that over top, that'll seal over the screws that are holding in the plywood.
Exactly, okay. All right. And then lighting,
It is actually lit on the smaller one. You'll where is it? This one here, right above the sign, you'll see that there's 3 recessed lights.
Okay.
They're on an automatic timer in the back of the building, so they're programmable.
Okay.
They're angled. They're within the building under the under whatever that is,
the user.
the easement.
Okay. All right, so you're not going to fool with that?
No,
That stays,
no,
okay.
they're existing.
All right. And the address number is?
There's no addresses on any property, so I would where would you suggest?
I guess the door right
On the
there.
door.
On the door?
Just final letters on the door, right? Final numbers on the door.
Okay.
Yeah, in case of an emergency.
Right.
You know,
Someone has brought that to my attention a couple times.
And-
End up in Bryn Mawr at 165 West or
You're right. Oh, yeah.
East.
Okay. Do you plan on doing anything signage in the window?
No, we were just trying to keep it simple.
Okay.
We were thinking about maybe just put, like, once we figure out exactly what it is, maybe just like white text at the bottom, because in the lower end of those 4 windows, there is a bench. It's built-in seating there, so you can't really see in or see out from that point. So if they're down along the bottom, it's not blocking
Oh, I see.
visibility or
Right.
anything. So we're just maybe run ice cream, waffles, breakfast, lunch.
Okay. As long as you're within 20% of
Okay.
your total window space.
Sure.
And you'll be well below that, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
When do you open?
We're shooting for July 15th.
Great.
They're running the gas lines now for the.
Do you have any outdoor seating?
Well, we're just proposing
Next-
2
Next
benches.
Yeah.
question.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, well,
Did I preempt your question?
no, it's in the submission.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have it there, I think.
Okay, are we done with the signage? We're okay, any questions, Lisa, you all
Yeah.
right?
I'm good.
I
Brian?
have no problem with
Okay.
signing.
Yeah, it looks
I
great.
thought
Yeah.
we'd moved on.
And your height is fine, you're well below the 15-foot requirement.
Okay.
Height from grade, you're okay there, and your square footage is okay, so. All right, so we're good on the signage?
I'm good on the sign.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
Great.
All right, so why don't you tell us about what you plan on doing for outside dining?
We've had this same type of bench outside of our store in the city for the past couple of years. So we thought it's easy, it's convenient. It's just basically convenient seating. If someone wants to get a cone of ice cream and instead of walking down the block, they can sit outside. We're not actually going to be serving them outside, so it wouldn't actually be table seating. Just more or less convenient seating. So if, let's say there is a wait for a table,
Right.
they have an additional place to sit and or enjoy some ice cream sitting down outside in the nice weather. It would basically just be taking the standard wood that you would get, stain it with an all-natural, clear stain. They adhere right to it, and you can cut it to length, any length you want. It's 8 2x4s with the brackets, which are light beige color, which would blend in with the exterior of the building.
How many are you planning on?
Just 2. Based on, there's a slope in the sidewalk there underneath this one window. We don't think that it would actually sit very well there, even though I show it in the original drawing. So I'm thinking that there would 2 fit right underneath those other 2 windows side to side. You can max out at 6 feet. So that's 14 and a half feet. So we could put 2 6-foot benches right there with a flower pot in between.
And in outdoor seating, we're required to be brought in. when the season ends, right?
Yeah, that's...
We would bring these in nightly.
You're going to bring them in
Nightly?
nightly? Oh, they're light enough? Wow.
Yeah. But that's what we just let
Yeah.
two people lift them up. We bring them right into the front of the store at the end of the night in the city.
Oh, okay.
They
Well, if
would've
you can
gotten-
lift them, then you're
Yeah.
probably wise to bring them in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there goes that.
They're light
question.
enough in weight,
Does
so.
this really qualify as outdoor seating, or
Yeah.
is it just occasional?
I kind of wondered that. Bill, you could answer
Bill?
that question.
No, it does not. It does not, no. As long as there's not a table or something beside it.
Okay.
Right,
Like
so
a
they can
coffee
leave it
table
out.
or an end table,
I mean-
then it's not considered outdoor dining.
I mean, they can leave the benches outside all the time then, right?
I don't know if it would be wise. If they're that light that you can move
Right,
them
right.
easily,
Yeah.
you might not.
They actually, they're light enough that if it's a strong enough wind, they will move a little bit, so. We have
Yeah.
the ability to put them in, either tuck
Well, you
them
don't have to
around.
put them in.
Yeah, but our intention is to bring them in at the end of the night, same way we did it in the city, so.
So it
Just
really...
for safety, and so they are so light that they could walk away.
Yeah, I was thinking, or if, strong wind or strong body.
Yes, exactly.
Good thinking.
Okay. So you're coming in for outside dining, but it's not really falling under the umbrella of outside dining, under the township code?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it was reviewed by our health officer, and that was his decision, and it's also our zoning officer's decision.
So we don't need to approve it.
Okay.
Not the benches, no.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's just,
Nice to
it's just
see
some
that.
seating, so.
That was my,
I didn't know if that, seating,
Right.
because
I'm
people
glad you
will be
brought it in.
eating their ice cream on it, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, Matthew, any other questions for us? Or
I do not, actually.
Okay. Any other questions for Matthew? Comments? Questions? Brian? Tony?
None.
All right. Lisa, you want to take this one?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
In the matter of DRB-2013-44, Sophie's Cafe, I move that we approve the signage, the revised signage as presented, and also the elimination of the existing painted signage as presented. I guess with the notation that any fasteners need to be hidden.
And the letter O, no more than 20.
Oh, and the letter O.
The
no-
letter-
The letter O, no more than 20 inches. I mean, 12 inches, sorry, 20 inches. 12 inches in height.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Okay. All right, lots of
Thank
luck,
you all.
Matthew.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
Big sign.
Oh, boy. Yes, but we need people to see our.
Okay, next is DRB 2013-45. The application of Paula's at 128 North Wayne Avenue in Wayne, zoned under the Wayne Business Overlay District for one sign, wall sign, and a facade renovation. Hello there.
Hi, Paula.
Hello,
Hi.
Cindy. I'm Paul. Hi, Brian. Hello, Mr. Vincent. I don't think I know you, but how are you?
Good to see us.
Good to
John, if
see
you need
you.
a mic, we have one up here for you.
are you Paola?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, why don't you tell us what you have in mind for your store?
Sure. I've been there for 17 years. The only thing I want to do is change the name. So I came up with my own creativity of the sign. Mr. Aiken is going to help me craft it all together, put it all together.
Okay.
So we're going to do, we're going to take off the Bravo Pizza sign that is existing right now, and I'm going to replace it with my own name, and it's going to be done in wood.
Okay.
And next to it, I'm thinking about a pizza peel stating what it is. I also thought about a portico would be very nice to bring it back. It was there once before, and I think it'll look really nice with the
Yeah.
charm of the town that it has already.
Good. If you look at the photographs that they presented tonight, you can kind of see the outline of the,
You can see the portico
yeah, see it
there.
which was
I
there, I
really
guess,
like
years
the
ago,
portico.
was taken down.
Oh,
Yeah, they
So that
can.
element they like to bring back.
Oh,
Okay. All right, well, why don't we start there? Why don't we start the portico and tell us,
Start with what?
the portico, and tell us what you have in mind with that. John, if you want to use the handheld? That'd be easier for you? It's all yours.
John gets very excited.
Hello.
It's got a timer on it, John.
Testing.
It will self-destruct.
Paula, in her renovations of the Bravo restaurant, as you know, and having purchased the business last year, of course, Bravo pizza, that sign has to come down, so she wanted to put up a sign that reflected her personality, and this is actually her signature on paper, and then I embellished it somewhat for a sign over the door here. Her name is about 5.5 feet long. The portico, as you'll notice in the photographs, you can see the faint outline of what was probably an original portico around the entrance door. When we realized that, in conjunction with the new signage, we thought it might be nice in the character of Wayne to restore the portico, to have a nice little entranceway, and also a little bit of a roof coming out 18 inches so people can open and close umbrellas or something like that.
That's the reason why I like it.
And
Also.
as you've got in the description there on the portico, it made out of wood. I did make a small, this is not the wood, but it would be wood, and this is a small miniature footer at the bottom of one of those columns.
Sure.
That I just put together with scrap wood that I had in the basement, but it is to size, and the entire
John's
thing
very excited about
would
this
be
one.
pegged, notched. Oh, I got the hole misaligned. Don't worry, won't do it on the portico. To eliminate nails, fittings, screws, things like that, everything will be pegged and pinned and hidden. This would be the base. Do they want to? That's pretty cool. This would be the base of the footer at the bottom of the columns here on either side of the door. This is not to scale. This was just scrap lumber. This bottom is actually a foot high. It would be fastened into wall anchors through bolts here, drilled in and offset so the head of the bolt drops down below the wood and is hidden under the waterfall embellishment, which will then be pegged there. And these, of course, won't stick out, but this is just a model of the base and the step up, and this waterfall will go up into that waterfall gingerbread there and up to the roof, which has cedar shake shingles on it. And I just did this to show you that this isn't the wood we would use. We would be using either white oak, redwood, Spanish cedar, white cedar, or Douglas fir, which is used for exterior doors and buildings. And I have a good resource of which woods will probably go with white oak.
And then you're going to, will it paint or stain?
Probably paint.
Okay.
Because I want the mesh.
All the wood will be hand sanded down, primed, several layers of exterior enamel paint, and then covered with a McCloskey's Marine Spar varnish. I went to the hardware store and said, I want something that'll stand up to Sandy.
Yeah.
You know, the hurricanes.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Right. I didn't
Whatever's
want
coming
to
tomorrow.
have any problems with
I
that.
chose the paint because I wanted to complement the colors from the inside to bring it out.
This is one of the colors that she used inside the renovation and redecorations of the restaurant.
Really
So we
nice.
wanted to bring that out onto the street and also to reflect somewhat the charm and elegance that she's done with the restaurant, as some of you know. I mean, it used to be just a deli, all white tile, and now it's lovely warm
Mr.
colors.
Vincent, I'm not going to tell you what's on my menu because I don't want to make you hungry.
Wait a minute. He can take it. He can take it. I want to know how your menu's changed now that you're no longer Bravo.
Well, I was already preparing my own dishes, but now I'm like preparing more like of the healthy foods choices, homemade dishes, homemade pastas. I mean, make everything from scratch. We buy everything fresh every day. We just
The marinara sauces, the soups, the broth,
If I
the
didn't
stock.
know, but yeah.
Ma di quale paese d'Italia?
Io sono di vicino Napoli.
No, di Napoli.
Sì. E lei, signore, di dov'è? Dove?
Io sono.
I think this looks great. This is going to look great. I love
Sì,
the
è
portico.
vero,
The
grazie.
portico looks great. Portico looks great.
I love the portico. It's
I just-
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's so excited. It looks
Drew.
really nice. It complements what you did on the inside. It's very inviting. It
John, just
improves
tell us about the
building.
address number over top, too.
Yes.
Because I have
Yes.
A little detail there.
In the pediment there, the 128 that will be a solid piece of board in there with the numbers cut out so that they're backlit in silhouette with a low wattage bulb, so it won't
Yeah, it'll
glare or
be-
offend. That way, it'll be soft at night, you'll be able to see the light nicely, and it'll be backlit as a silhouette with one fixture, which is on the portico, materials, hand-cutting mounts, brackets, electrical, one exterior fixture with low wattage tied to existing circuitry, which will be backlit, silhouetting the address numbers 128.
We don't
Next
have an address
question.
number.
Yeah.
This is very exciting. I'm
It is very
excited.
exciting.
So we were like excited, this is like an adventure.
Great. Nice look.
Come?
Rustica.
Rustica. Sì,
Okay, Tony, are they gonna be
precisamente.
translating at home? We have to need
It's gonna
this,
be-
as Bob said, we need the subtitles.
Brian, what do you think?
Oh, I think it looks great.
You like it?
Is this an emergency illumination sign that's on the building now?
Yes.
That would have to stay uncovered, right?
We,
Wait, the
one
open
that it's
side?
right now,
The one that says open?
No, above to the left of it.
Upper left to the door,
Yeah.
that's an old
the window there.
lamp post. It's been there for so long. We haven't
Oh,
done
okay.
anything on the outside yet, so as soon as we get everything organized, we're going to see what's what and
Do you
then
see it?
get rid of what we don't need and put in what we need.
And there's quite a bit of circuitry in the Bravo letters
Yes,
there.
we have a
So
lot.
we would use or rewire existing circuitry, secure and cap all lines that were not being used and disconnect them.
Well, I was going to use...
Have an electrician who deals with that.
I'm actually was going to use a little bit the electricity that's already there by the Bravo Pizza sign to use a couple of goose lamp lighting, to reflect on the name, so you could see it at night.
Right.
Yeah, that was the only change from the original. She wasn't going to light this originally, but then thought one gooseneck for that and one gooseneck for the pizza peel, which we'll get to.
Some new submissions that came in tonight.
Okay.
Okay, you guys should
Is
have
this
those
the
new
addendum?
submissions for
Do you have the
tonight.
addendum? Yeah.
Okay. All right, portico. Questions on the portico, comments?
No, I like it.
Good?
It's great.
It's all good.
It's just a nice entrance.
Tutti va bene.
Well, you'll be able to stand under it
That's it.
under your umbrella.
Right.
Okay,
And
good.
also, when it rains, the water gets into the door sometimes when you open the door.
Yeah.
So it's also a safety net, if you want to call it that way,
Okay.
so the water doesn't go into the store. So
Great. All right, John, you want to tell us about the sign?
Yes, okay. As I said, the sign is Paula's actual signature that we jazzed up a little bit. The embellishment on the name, you see up there on the P, a little bay leaf, and the apostrophe is a bay leaf, and on the tail end of the S there is also a bay leaf. This is, oh, here we go, about 5. It's about 5.5 feet long, 14 inches high. I was under the understanding that 14 inches was the height that letters could go to.
could I,
Was that accurate?
I think that's a safe
Yes.
height
Yep.
in that area. Yeah.
Especially, it's your uppercase, it's for the P, yes.
Right.
could I do it
definitely.
bigger, the P? That was my question.
Well, what are the A and O? How large are the A and O letters?
Right now, they're probably like 12 inches.
No. The
No,
A, the O, the A, and the S are
They probably look like
about
this
6
7?
inches high. Because what I have here, from the bottom of the P to the top of the P is 14 inches.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did,
And the A is about 6 inches.
so you did the P, the 14, and then, okay.
Those we could take a little larger, but I wouldn't want to have them out of proportion to the P and the L.
Well, you could make, Bob just said you could probably make the P 15.
Right?
And I would make your lowercase letters a little bigger.
Like at
Okay,
least
so
12.
we can go to 15 inches on the,
Well, what do you guys think? I mean,
I think if anything, it's kind of understated.
I do too. I mean, I love that
agree,
it's your
Cindy?
signature, but I
I
think
think
it should be
it's
bolder.
Should
I
be,
think it should be bolder.
Bolder.
it's going to be.
I can
thicker.
certainly widen the letters to give them a little more oomph. Now, it would be 2 inches thick, and probably the white oak on this, and I would cross-laminate them to split any future, weather splitting
Yep.
or anything like that, to strengthen it, and they'd be about 2 inches thick. They'll be cut out of planking and then hand-carved and sculpted with some little fancy, grooves and
I think
stuff.
for scale, it should be at least twice as long, and it probably should be centered over those first two glass panels.
Mr. Vincent, next to the Paula's name, I'm also going to add appeal, a
No,
pizza
the
appeal.
addendum.
Right, there's an addendum, which we filled out to that, which is, you should have those, I gave them, you've got an
Yes.
addendum there?
I mean, I would love for my name to be bigger. I was just under the impression that was not allowed, but I would love it bigger to stand out more. But you
I
tell
think if
me
you
what I'm
made the
allowed.
P15, that's not a huge leap, but if you made it bolder, that would mean that the rest of your name has to be bolder, and so that's going to carry it out.
It could be
I
beefed
bet.
up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like those.
Proportionately,
Those
though,
letters are, what did we
I
say?
think they're
those
like
look-
12.
They're like 12 inches.
But like I
Yeah.
want them thick.
Well, and that's
Exactly.
about
You know what I mean? I don't want
and
to.
they're about 2.5 inches.
Yeah, so that's close
thick.
to what you're, that's why I think.
That's very close, yeah, and they come out about 2 inches.
Right.
You're very
So I
close,
want 'em
except for
bold.
the flares and sculpting of the letter to give it a little bit
Yeah.
of...
Right.
Ma più grande, me lo
Più
dico.
grande. Posso?
Can you speak Italian?
No.
Well, say something.
Sì.
I can't say it.
The addendum to the signature sign is the pizza peel, which, do you all have these? Mm-hmm. Okay, we have 3 options that we did, and a pizza peel is the paddle used to remove the pizza from the oven, as you probably all know, but I didn't know what it was called before that. And we did an A, B, and C, one with a pizza peel and a fork, and then 2 with just the pizza peel at slightly different angles. The reason we had put the letters over to the left was, 1, so we weren't blocked by the tree, which is right there in front of the...
That's a good point.
The tree comes across the corner of the left-hand window, and if we moved it over, it would be obscured by the tree, and when the tree gets
You can't really
foliage, it's
see it.
even more.
And that's why I made the name.
And we also weren't sure what was going to be done with the rather bland front of the brick in relation to all the beautiful stuff on the rest of the block there
I know.
that people have, which just looks great. And the pizza peel is about 4.5 to 4 3/4 feet long. It would probably be 2 inches thick, made with white oak. It would be finished in clear wood with a stain,
It'd probably
and
look like that.
this Cucina Italiana, this would be wood burned onto the pizza peel, similar to,
That.
you can't see it, y'all want to
Can you walk it around? Or hand it
approach the
around?
bench? And I don't have 6 of them. There's, and that'll go back on that's the woman's bathroom sign.
Haven't I seen
The
it?
Femminucce, younger women, and the Maschetti for younger men, and we have a little
Maschetti.
tuxedo thing on the men's. But so I wanted to bring that to show you and that's just a soldering iron from the hardware store in Wayne.
So here's my question. I thought if I could bring the P up to a size of 18 inch, am I allowed to bring? Okay, no.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to get 18 inches. You just push the, I just wanted to let you know, everybody's going to go no.
What about the pizza peel? What size am I allowed?
That can be bigger. That's like a logo.
That's my logo.
That's different.
Right, it's not letters. I was again under the assumption that this, as it's drawn here to scale, is 14 inches. The letters, of course, on here are smaller. I was under the impression that it was a 14-inch limitation and thought that the pizza peel, so it could be a little bigger, which would also, we could enlarge these letters somewhat. The Cucina Italiana and the pizzeria going up the handle. And they would be hidden attachments to wall anchors. Nothing would show on the wall.
John, or Paula, let me ask you this.
Yes.
When do you plan on doing all the work?
I'm going to Italy for a month in July. So when
Okay.
I come back, we'll start doing all the work.
Okay. I was going to say, I think we're all in agreement the portico looks fine. We're a little sketchy on the sign itself.
Okay?
I know you say you're going to Italy, but could John come back next month, maybe with some...
Oh, I'm not
revised
going
plans?
anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm in Wayne for the duration.
What do you guys feel about that? If they came back with some revised plans and different sizes and,
Yeah.
you know, a
But
couple
let's give
options?
good guidelines so he doesn't come
Yeah.
back
Exactly.
and we send him out again, so.
I would say that, I mean, I think that's a really good idea. Personally, I think it would be nice if you could do the pizza peel and the fork, because it kind of
love that.
signifies that you're not just pizza, it's
Thank you.
also
That's
fine
exactly what I'm
Italian
going for.
cuisine. So I guess the question would be, if you were thinking about doing both, what the overall scale
Right.
allotment would be with the two.
Yeah, that's what I like to see, like
Yeah.
sketched out.
Right,
It's hard to vision
right.
it when you don't see it on paper.
But I do
and-
think the idea of doing both is a good one.
Okay.
I mean, just from a business standpoint.
I think that looks good, too.
Next to it, you don't think it'll be too much, though? That's my only confusion. I don't want
I
it
don't
too
think it would
busy.
be.
Oh, yeah,
No,
that,
I think the window's wide enough that the space can definitely take it. I think almost if you had the pizza peel, it would just kind of be there on its own. But I think between your own signature and then the two other accent pieces, I think it balances well.
if you lay the pizza peel is done to lay onto the original drawing, if you line it up to the windows and the top of the building, and that gives you the placement on the wall, which could be adjusted somewhat.
I'd say maybe moved
I'd
over
move
a
it
little to the right.
To the right, yeah. I forgot that I did go across the street the other day because I wanted to see how that tree covers so much of the front of your building.
It
So
does.
that's why it is brilliant to
little
have
trick,
the
yeah.
palos over on the left side.
I think that looks good, the way you have it, as long as the
Yeah.
tree was lining up in the middle there.
It could be adjusted. In doing this, we weren't sure how the composition would work out, so we knew there might be some adjusting in placement.
That's good.
What do you think?
And I think that scale actually works depending on how you adjusted the letters. I think to keep it in proportion roughly that way works pretty
So
well.
we can go a size 15-inch on the P,
On the P.
and then the A and the rest of the letters could be up to 12-inch. Is that right?
How big do you say the?
Well, you want it in proportion, you said, right, John?
Right. The
Yeah, so whatever-
AO, A, and S would probably not be 12 inches. They would be
Right.
compositionally proportionate to the height of the P, which is what I did here.
Right, right. Believe me,
And that's
Paul, everybody's
actually-
gonna
It's gonna
see
be,
it.
but you could make it a little bigger. Right now, they're about half the size of the P, so she could go up a little,
Yeah, if you
which
wanna
is
bring it up a
7. You
bit.
could go up to 8, but
If we're getting an inch onto the 14, I can probably add about 3 inches, going from approximately 5 or 6 up to 7 or 8 on
Yeah.
the small letters.
And do we have a restriction, how thick it could be, or how much from the
2
wall?
inches.
I think 2 inches would be more than enough.
Right.
It might be
Yeah.
2.5, depending on the wall anchors we use, and also depending on some of the degradation of the brick.
Right.
We want to try and, strip everything off and then power wash it.
Yep.
One of our folks has a power washer, so we could, and we might even seal the brick wall with a
Yeah, it'd be
sealant.
interesting to see the condition of the brick.
Give it a little bit bright, well, yeah, it degrades over time.
I shouldn't offer suggestions. I can
Please
it
do.
in English or Italian, but that's
Please do.
But I think the aluminum storefront is a little rude, kind of considering what you're doing with trying to make it a little rustic.
Right.
But I think if you painted out the storefront,
Oh, we are. The
Oh, you
windows, we're going to do it brown, like the...
No, he's talking about the actual aluminum.
Right.
yeah, the aluminum.
Yeah.
The windows and the door. It's
We
gonna be
could
this
do
color.
some exterior painting
I
or
didn't understand that.
wrap them in an exterior
Yeah,
wood.
I think the aluminum is, is
Very
a little
blah.
rude trying to consider what you're doing. Now,
I agree.
Are you a BYO or do you have a liquor license? or-
I am a BYO,
Good.
Yes.
That's good.
and if you don't bring it, I'll offer. We always have it.
So what do you guys think then? I mean, is that a problem if John comes back and you're not here, Paula, or?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm
Right.
in Wayne.
No, I have no
Okay.
problem. I want to
We
make it
want to try
right.
and get things a little started before she goes.
Right,
Well, that's why we get the portico done.
yeah,
tonight.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
your
that's
plan
all
anyway, right?
straightforward carpentry,
Okay.
not a,
Yeah.
big deal. And she'll make a list of things for me to attend to
Right.
while they're off in Italy.
Now, when do
Yeah,
you
no, but-
return from Italy? When is this going to start?
I'll be back on August 5th.
Agosto.
Agosto. Yes, Cinque.
So Peggy, for John to get on the July agenda, he's going to have to get plans in by what date?
The 19th, Bob.
19th of
Yeah,
June?
next Wednesday.
So you have a week to work on it.
Okay, so you want us to come, well, I can come back until, what is it, the next meeting is July 19, you said? No, I won't be here.
So I guess it'll be
Okay.
July 10th probably, right?
It
Our
is
next
July
meeting?
10th, I
Yeah,
think.
because the 4th is on a
Right.
Thursday.
No, they want us to come back with the right measurements for the sign.
Okay, so our next
You mean
meeting is
for
July
this?
10th,
Okay.
Yes.
but the resubmission has to be in by June 19th.
You want me to do the signature in the slightly in the 15-inch with the
Yeah.
slightly bigger letters.
Yeah.
So we can see the proportions. And
Yeah, I
the
can do- I
proportion-
can-
And the proportions of the
Right.
pizza peel and the fork, right? So we'll see it all together.
Yeah, and if you want to come up with a
do you-
few designs, that's
Yeah.
fine.
With a what?
If you want to come up with a couple designs of how you want to lay
Okay.
it out, that's fine.
What's across the street from her restaurant is, what's the sign with the tree on it?
At the theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, their background sign is fairly large. Their letters are smaller, but their background sign is, I don't know, maybe a
That's the
couple of
logo.
feet.
Yes.
Oh, that's the logo. We've got about 3 feet of brick space here. Can we go to 2 feet wide or 20 inches on the pizza peel?
How about 20?
I think it looks fine.
Do you think it
it's-
looks fine right now?
No,
Because this is 14
I think it
inches.
looks good. I think 20 is good, yeah.
Aesthetically, if it looks good. I
That's
see
what
no
I'm trying to
reason why
picture.
not.
Would it
Okay,
look
15 inch
fine?
on the P and the L.
Well, play around with it, John, see how it looks,
Yeah.
kind of lay it
Okay.
out.
Well, it's
What
easy
about-
enough to reduce it or enlarge it.
What about
That's,
the artwork in the
20 inch.
pizza peel? Are we going to talk about that?
Go ahead.
I don't know if you're going to talk about it.
No, you bring it up, you brought it up, so.
Well, there's artwork in the pizza peel, so
that
Cucina
is, yeah,
Italiana
the wood
pizza-
burning goes
Yes.
slowly.
would bring.
That's-
Oh, yeah. But I'm thinking that this will be hard to, the detail in here and the detail, I think it's lovely. I think it would be a great.
We can eliminate some if it's
Yeah.
too busy or doesn't work or doesn't illustrate well.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I think you're kind of saying it's a little too busy.
I think it's a little busy for this scale. Yeah, and-
Especially if
yeah.
I'm going to go with the fork and
Yes.
the
No
feel.
problem
Maybe
in-
too much.
I mean, that's a personal opinion about design. You guys have to work that out yourself.
Look, I was going to put little spice bottles on the shelf up there with
No, I
little
think
herbs
that's
coming out of
going.
them and stuff.
No, I
Get a Paula
agree.
cooking and.
Yeah, and I was going to put a little picture up here on the wall, like it's someone's old-fashioned
No,
kitchen.
we don't need all of that. We just
Yeah.
need it to be a little cleaner and.
No.
what else did I
Okay,
have to
any other
ask?
questions for us? Because we're going to move on, and we're going to.
It sounds fine on the portico. On the signature sign, no problem expanding that up. It would be almost identical, this, just 1 inch larger. Is that required for me to do that? Because that's
Yeah, I
pretty...
think we want to see everything within scale, how you're going to lay it
You
all
want
out,
us
so.
to see it again. You
Yeah.
want to see
But
the
you don't have
design
to do the
again.
coloring, it's just this.
Right.
I can just go black and white on this? Okay, great.
Right.
That's no problem.
Because there was a lot of, to reprint.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of-
And like I say, John, you can bring in a couple, if you're not sure, bring a couple ideas in with you. But just have them submitted to the township by June 19th.
Okay, well, where are we with the fork?
That's your call.
What do you mean?
It's up to you.
You're going to modify
Can
the
we
design.
we wanted a little option in this, because if balancing everything out, we want to do, well, if we could do that, great, but if it's too busy or doesn't balance well, we wanted the option of including or eliminating the fork. The pizza peel is the main object.
That's
We're
up
good.
to us.
Yeah.
Whatever, they don't care which way we go. It's up to us what we like
Oh, Yeah, you
better.
can present a couple of different alternatives. We're okay with or without the fork.
Exactly.
Okay.
From what I
This is good,
understood.
We could eat with our fingers, right? And
Yeah.
no forks here?
But yeah, bring in a couple ideas if you want, or just bring one. It's your call.
Okay, when would you like those? Because I
The
can,
19th.
The 19th.
Yeah.
by June
Yes.
19th, and today is the
12.
12th.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I had
good.
one question before I
Go ahead,
leave. The tree that it's right in front of my store, if you see it, there is a little, like you see the ground around it, the dirt. I tried to put mulch, but the water washes away. I put rocks, the kids throw them, and they make a mess. I don't know, in Italy we have those, I don't know what they're called in English, they're called crate, I believe.
Like the grills. Yeah.
I would love for you guys to consider, I don't know where I should bring this idea at. I know they would look the same everywhere, but I would love to put those crates around the tree.
Bill, you wanna
Oh,
address
those
that?
little grated,
They're like iron.
yes.
I mean, they look really nice.
They
It
do look
keeps
nice.
everything together. If we could do them all over North Wayne Avenue, it would be great. But I don't know if I could do one. And
Let's see what Bill has
I
to
would say start out by contacting Steve Norsini in our Public Works Department.
okay.
Okay, and
You
if
should take
if
him a
he's not the
picture.
person, he'll direct you to someone.
Paula, look for a picture, like Google a picture so you
I
can
have
show
a
'em.
picture.
You have a picture?
I do have a picture.
right.
And it's also for safety. A lot of people just trip in there. A
Yeah.
couple people have fallen. I mean, it'll look nice.
Yeah.
It'll
I think it's
keep
a nice
everybody
idea.
safe. And I didn't want to do anything to it unless,
I think when those trees were initially put in, they did put grates, and I'm not sure what happened to a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I think
talked to
it'll look
Steve
nice.
Norsini, he's Public Works.
So I call him and then not.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I had
All
an.
right. Any other questions, comments from the board?
All good.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Cindy, you want to make a motion? And
Sure, let's see if I get it right. Okay,
Okay.
in the manner of DRB 2013-45, Palos, I move that we accept the submission for the portico,
Okay.
and that you will come back with proposed changes to make the P up to 15 inches. Give me sign language. Up to 15 inches. The lowercase letters, we're saying no more than 8. The pizza peel can be sized larger than what you have here. You go up to 20 inches for the face.
That's great.
And you can size the fork accordingly, and you may come back with a couple of variations in your proposal to see what works best.
Sounds great.
Didn't miss
Okay.
anything? Your number's there, the lighting, we're
The
good.
number
We're good.
guy.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Last question. In the redoing a little illustration on that scale on the pizza peel.
Thanks, Paul.
Should I just bring it to the township, or who would I give?
Just like you did the
Just like
signage,
your
you bring
Bill
it,
Miller?
bring it back to Bill Miller's office.
Okay.
Right, by the 19th.
Okay.
So we're good on that?
I'll remind them.
Okay, do we hear a second to Cindy's? Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you so
All
much.
right, great.
Welcome.
Thank
Thanks.
you very much.
Thanks, John.
And I'll see
Good
you
night.
soon.
Thank you.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, next is DRB 2013-46. The application is Shaolin.
Shaolin. I mean, I'm
Excuse
hoping
me,
I got it.
Shaolin Academy of Self-Defense at 623 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for one wall sign and one window sign. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Daniel Simmons, owner, and it is Shaolin, so that was good.
Good to see you here again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
been a few years. So,
Is that how long it's been?
08, so 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, made it through the tough times there. so.
Great.
Good for you.
I'm a professional thumb wrestler, so we do that. So, just changing the name. No longer with Steve Damasco anymore. So we're going under the Shaolin Academy of Self-Defense. Basically using exactly what's there, just changing the names. The only change other than the name is going to be the color, because the dragon's going to come out, and the bear paw and hand is going to go in. Instead of a square, it's going to be a triangle. So it's really, as you can see on each side, the window sign is going to be in the same spot, same dimensions, 24 by 120, and the same Route 30 side sign is going to be the same dimensions, and again, just the names changing and the color of it.
I like it better.
I do too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
Yes,
I'm
I'm happy.
a nice,
really
clean
excited
look.
It's a
about
nice,
it.
clean
so,
look.
Yeah.
Looks good.
More universally kind of
Yeah.
targeted too, right?
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
the fitness part is in there too,
Yeah,
is
it's
because
good.
it's found out over the last year. We had yoga, Amy's yoga wanted to get in there. We have the kettlebell training. We have the Kali Salat, which is I'm studying under. That's my new instructor. So it's a Filipino style. So it's really becoming more of a health and fitness kind of thing. And a lot of the studios you'll see around are doing that. So that's kind of why we put the fitness studios up. And as you see, I kind of wanted to keep the same theme going. So with the dragon in the middle, that's where I put my logo in the middle. And then how it says Kung Fu, Karate, and then self-defense on this old signage, I decided to kind of keep that same theme. We went with the various programs on each side. So kind of kept the whole theme going. He forgot his paddle, too, by the way, the last guy.
Yeah, we'll make sure he gets it.
You forgot his pound. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we can take it.
Oh, this looks good.
So, yeah, it's pretty much exactly. Sign Studios did the last one, but signs by tomorrow.
In Ardmore, they just moved the.
Yeah.
The people that just moved. Good.
Yeah, and seems to be going
Dave.
fine. So, but yeah, it's
Is
pretty
this
much
the window on Stratford on
Old Eagle.
Old Eagle
Eagle.
School?
Yes.
Yep.
Is that? Are we okay with that?
We approved it. I remember
Okay, when
Brian
was it?
coming in from
05?
Science Studio.
08.
08, excuse me.
Yeah.
5 years ago. Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. It's probably big, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
How did we approve that?
I
How
don't
far
know.
inside the window does it hang? Does it touch the window?
No, it's fine. It's on. It's,
Yeah.
It's on the window.
It's an application. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to,
I think it's a little.
I'm
I
gonna-
like it, but I think it's a
yeah,
little.
it's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if it really meets the 20% requirement. I'm going to guess, and I remember when that came in because Brian from Sun Studio.
Yeah, we broke it down actually. And
Yeah,
it
I
did.
think we
Yep.
probably boxed like each area.
Well, each window,
Yeah.
there's 4 panes there, and what we did was we broke them down and moved it around so it was fitting in that
Okay.
requirement. Yep.
So
Exactly.
here's the question for you. When the Shaolin studio, it doesn't have the black background, right? On that,
Right,
yeah.
correct. And I
So-
don't think we're gonna, I mean, he just did this for the sake of it. It's not gonna have in the window. The window one's not gonna have the black. It's gonna have the same, it's gonna look just like the white lettering and everything. It's not gonna have the black in it, because that would be just, you wouldn't be able to see through the window.
Yeah, because then you're covering probably
More than that, yeah.
60%.
So
I mean,
take
not
the
60, 40 or.
black part out, it's gonna
Yeah.
look, I mean, the exact same thing.
You could
Yeah,
take
I'm
the
sorry.
black part out. You could
Yeah.
actually do vinyl letters across your window to give all the different types of fitness training that's available.
Yeah, and I should have said something to him, but I just figured it didn't make he just took the images and moved around. But it's gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
if you see in the top part of it, how it doesn't have the black in the background,
Yeah.
but this sign does, it's gonna be the same over here. It's not gonna have the black in it. I don't want that, because you can't see through it,
Yeah.
so.
It's kind of cool to go drive by. I drive by there all the time. There's always some little kid, like bowing.
I've never, I guess maybe now I probably should, but I've never advertised. Never advertised in 5 years.
You're in a good spot there. There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah,
Visible.
I mean, it's word of mouth. I'm from New England, so they always tell you if you do things right, people will say good
Right.
things. And
Right.
I tell you what, I've grown 30% every year.
That's great.
Oh, that's
Great.
awesome.
It's
Yeah,
terrific.
so, but yeah, so to answer your question, ma'am, yeah, that black, I apologize, it won't be in the, sign.
Yeah, yeah, I think we're okay. I know, yeah. Well, we kind of did it on the last one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think it's
Okay,
good.
so you're basically, on your window signage, you're going to get rid of the black background.
Absolutely, sir.
And that'll
Yeah,
reduce your area quite a bit, and you'll fall within a 20%.
I wouldn't want to do that because
Okay.
you can't see them, but yeah, I apologize. I mean, I can have something dropped off, but it's going to be just like this one.
Okay.
Just like in the top.
Okay.
But you see how the black is over here, but it's not over here? I think he just took the picture and went like that, but
Looks
it's
like
not going to have the, I don't know why he didn't kind of just
Yeah.
do, I think what he wanted to do, honestly, I think he wanted to have that on there so it takes, when he superimposed it over this picture,
Right.
you wouldn't see it.
Right.
Just to be clear on what
Okay.
it would look like. But yeah, there will be black on there. It's
Yeah.
going to look just like the old one.
I would say the letter size on the window should be no larger than what's there now. If anything, maybe a little
Yeah.
Smaller. Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
will
it's-
be, because you see the big S's on the studio.
Yeah, they're huge.
Not
They're
like
huge.
that on here. They're actually, I think they're an inch smaller, like on the HAOLIN. I think those were 12 inches.
Okay.
This lettering on the fitness and the studios are only 10.
It's plenty. I mean,
Yeah. So
that
it's going
sits
down
right
like-
on the highway.
Yeah, it's going right
Yeah.
down by like an inch to 2 inches on each, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Now the wall sign.
Yep.
What, the material you're going to use on the wall sign?
It's aluminum composite.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're the brackets. They're brick bolted bracket. They're you don't see them.
You're not going to see the fasteners or anything like that. Okay.
Same as everything is. It's identical.
Are you going to? I assume you're going to make it like it shows almost like with the white frame.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna have a trim around it.
Yeah, I think it'll look
Yep.
good.
Yes. Yes. Sharp. Yeah.
It finishes it off a little bit.
Yeah. The other one, the black part on it too. It's just, we want something that clear cut and.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. What do you guys think? You guys all right?
Good. I think it's
Okay.
great. Yeah,
You guys all
it's
right?
good.
Like the
Thank
look,
you.
wall sign, ground, or wall
Exciting.
sign, window sign?
It's just a nice look, and it shows
Yep.
that you do a lot of different things in there.
Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted to, grab a bunch of different people. So.
Yeah. And what the letter height on the wall sign, I mean, looking at this, it's probably about 12 inches. I would guess about half of the total height.
One on Route 30, so
Yeah.
this one here.
Yeah.
I think there might even be 10 inches.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I
That's
think
fine.
they dropped, because I think the big S's were like 16 or something like that, and these letters here are at least 2 to 3 inches smaller.
Okay.
So I'm thinking 10 to 12 at tops
Okay.
on the wall. Yeah.
All right. You guys all right with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Definitely.
Okay. Any other, any lighting changes to the building, anything like that?
Yeah, there's no lighting. No.
Just the, okay.
And as we always ask, do you have your street number, your address
On
number?
the front door.
Great.
Yeah, I'm not touching the front door. It's already
Good.
there. All I'm doing actually is the Dragon logo. If you look, there's 2 side panes. There's a top pane and there's a door. The Dragon logo is above the door, and I'm scraping that off. But I'm going to leave the, because that's the old logo.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave the 623, the phone number, and our hours of operation. Not going to touch it. It's already there. Yep.
All right. Good. Okay, who wants to take that one? You want to do that? Thanks, Brian. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's not really any changes.
I will do it. This is mine.
Yeah.
Matter of DRB 2013-46, Shaolin Academy of Self-Defense. I move that we approve the submittal as submitted.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Yeah, but are we going to say anything about the black in that, or just make sure that
okay.
that the adjustment will be made according to the way
Yeah,
you
do you
described
want
this?
me to, when we do the hanging, take a picture and bring it in? What do you, because, yeah, it's definitely not going to have the black on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I think as long as it doesn't have the black and it's in the motion, that we want the black removed.
Motion it, because it
then-
won't.
Okay, all
You
right.
drive by enough.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Second.
Okay. Okay, any
Gentlemen.
other questions for us? You're
No,
okay?
Great, thanks.
All right, good.
Ladies,
Thanks.
gentlemen, thank
Thanks
you
a lot.
very much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, last on the agenda tonight is DRB 2013-47, the application of the Wayne Donut and Ice Cream Bar, 134 North Wayne Avenue in Wayne, within the Wayne Business Overlay District, for 3 wall signs and 3 window signs. And I think you guys know this is the suburban building as such.
I'm so nervous about these donuts coming right across from my office. I mean,
That would be dangerous.
it's
Okay.
my weakness.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. I'm Brad Palmer. I represent the ownership of the suburban building.
Okay,
I'm Brad Learman. I represent the ownership of the Wayne Donut and Ice Cream Bar.
great.
Does that mean you are the owner, or are you representing them?
I am the owner.
All
Sorry.
right,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, so you're doing a lot on that building. Lots going on. Yeah. Okay, good.
It's really fun to see how much activities going in.
Yeah.
Is somebody moving out, and are you
Photography,
making a
crumble.
change?
Yeah.
Kimball looked like they were making some changes in there.
Yeah, yeah,
They are,
yeah.
This is the other.
I'm not clear exactly how long they're going to
So-
Oh, I know they said there was a little bit of a
They changed their windows up. a lot.
experiment, so I didn't know if they were hanging in, or, it's pretty cool, looks great.
Yeah.
It's a great shop.
It is, it's an awesome shop.
Yeah, so just for clarification, the photographer's on one side, this Crumble store's on the other, and this is kind of right in between the downstairs steps,
On the one side or on both sides?
right in the middle, between
In
those
the
two
middle, there's
stores.
stairs that go down.
Well, I know,
Oh,
but-
when you get down there, are you on both sides, Brad?
We are only on the left side. As you're facing
Yeah.
the building, we're on the left down the stairs.
Is there potential for retail on the right?
That's another tenant.
Oh, okay.
Is someone in there now? Is someone going in there?
They're not, they're in process of fitting that space.
Wow,
Oh, cool.
They're going to go in later in the summer.
where are they going to put signage? Well, we'll talk about that.
We'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Can you get the donuts from the outside, or do you have to go inside?
You have to go inside.
Do you make the donuts? I'm all about the donuts, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are, part of our concept is that we're bringing in the best of all the products that we serve from around the region. So we're bringing in donuts from a company called Susie Joe's in Bridgeport.
I know that one.
We're working with another company called AMW Donuts. They're up in Phoenixville. We're going to try to bring in their donuts as well. And we're going to do the same thing with ice cream. So bring in regional, really great donuts, really great ice cream, really great coffee.
So what kind of
So we have no space to make anything on site. It's really, really small. in
By
there.
8 o'clock, we'll eat anything.
what kind of ice cream? Kimball is all about. So
We
what kind of
actually,
ice cream?
we're really trying hard to bring in a company called Graders. They're out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They make some of the best ice cream we've ever had. So we'd love to bring them in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't we start with, which looks like your main sign over
Okay.
the steps.
Sure.
So why don't you tell us what you have?
It is a metal sign with a laminate on top. Both of them are. That secondary sign, the white one, will actually flip from the morning to the afternoon. So it'll say coffee and donuts in the morning, and we'll flip it to say ice cream in the afternoon and evening.
Gotcha.
That'll be a manual flip.
Cindy, this is great for your diet.
This is just, I'm really across the street. This is really going to be such a problem.
We'll become
Very
friends.
cool.
Okay, so the
You better
sign's
come out and join me.
approximately
You can
5
use the
square
donut.
feet,
I
it
mean,
looks
really,
like.
This is not right.
Approximately.
That's probably a fair
How are
estimate.
you going to mount that sign?
5.5.
Okay. How are you going to attach
There's an
that?
existing railing there.
Yeah.
And it'll mount to the railing.
Okay. What's it going to look like from the backside?
It's going to be a blacked out sign
Okay.
on the backside.
Okay. All right, and again, you've heard hidden fasteners and all that stuff, so you're going to probably be creative to, okay.
And bar is mounted on the wall at the base of the stairs, is that right? I mean, yeah, bar.
Correct.
Yes, okay.
That graphic?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And you cannot, that graphic can't be seen from the street. The one
Yeah.
that's, the arrow you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah.
think that looks like a good idea.
So just as you start to go down the steps or approach the steps, you'll
Yeah,
see
once
it?
you approach the steps and look down, then you can see it, but you can't see it from the sidewalk.
Okay.
You have this one projecting here, which I think is good. a
Yeah,
good
we're
idea.
going to talk about that, yeah. So the bar will be fixed to that back wall, you
That's
might
correct.
say? Yeah.
Yes.
And what kind of material is that going to be?
I believe it's also metal with
Metal.
a vinyl,
Okay.
vinyl covering.
So naturally, I guess illumination on the main sign will only be what's existing?
Natural in the building, yeah.
Right. You're not going to have any
It would
additional
not be
lighting
no,
or anything
no,
for
not
that?
additional than what's already there in
Okay.
the building.
And I guess the bar sign, looks like there's some spots here on the left,
There's
I guess.
spots in the ceiling, I believe, as you go down those steps.
Okay. All right. What do you guys think of that?
I think it's a great looking
Yeah,
sign.
it's a
I
tough-
think it's a really fun
Yeah.
sign. It's
Yeah.
inviting. I was looking
Two paper
forward-
dolls did the
Pardon?
design. Two paper dolls
Did
did
they
the
do it for
design.
you?
Yeah, they're really great.
They're very creative.
I think all these signs, it's just a
They
very, it's
are.
a fun.
I know, I love
feel.
this.
Yeah.
This is just great.
Okay.
Yep.
So the, looks like the next one we're going to look at is the so-called projecting sign
Sure.
on
In
the
the
left
alley?
side of the building, in the alley.
So it is also metal laminate, and it does not protrude any further than the building already protrudes with the stone, whatever you want to call it there.
Oh,
The face, the fascia.
The
front-
post,
yeah,
if
the
you
post,
will.
yeah,
That-
column,
That
whatever.
sign does not protrude any further than that post does.
But,
The architect for the building weighed in on that alley sign
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that it complied with the, in terms of projecting out into the space.
Right.
And in terms of not coming lower than.
No, I think, wasn't it non-conforming when we did the suburban?
Yeah, there's
sign?
actually a
Yeah.
couple issues with that. There's, according to the code, you're only allowed one projecting sign on the building. Now, the photographer has a projecting sign, which we approved.
Oh,
Okay, so that would really make the second projecting sign. The third projecting sign, the big suburban sign, went to the zoning hearing board for approval. So, the other thing, I'm not sure, even if we were to approve it, if it meets the requirements under the Wayne Business Overlay District for projecting signs. They can't be any higher than 12 feet, any lower than 9 feet, so you're limited to the size. And I'm sure you could work within those parameters to get it to work. But, Bill, help me out on that about the projecting signs, since they already have one at the photographer?
Yeah, what the code says is it says only one projecting sign per building face, and in parentheses it says wall of a business property shall be permitted. So the suburban sign, the existing sign on the side, which they went to the zoning hearing board because of the size of the sign.
Right.
All right, which was approved, that would be one projecting sign on that wall.
Yeah.
And then the little nest on the front wall would be the projecting sign on that wall. So this sign would need the approval of the zoning hearing board. All right, so the design review board can approve the design of the sign with the caveat that they need to go to the zoning hearing board to approve the installation of the sign.
but would it be good for us to, I mean, helpful for us to, if we do support this, to let the zoning hearing board, the design, know that design review thinks this is
We
an
could-
acceptable application?
Yeah, we could do that, or if Brad, or if they decide to go to the zoning hearing board, then they could say that the design review board has approved the design of the sign.
I would be inclined to approve it. I think it's hard to see, obviously hard to see the business establishment, and it's such a unique building, and I think the, you know.
We can recommend it.
Well, recommend
yeah.
approval, I'm sorry. So I would be inclined to recommend approval. And to me, the suburban, that doesn't identify a business. That's just unique to that building, which is, to me, also historic and a landmark in Wayne. So I would like to see that sign approved.
I think it's far enough apart from the other one, too. It doesn't make the building look.
No, it
Right,
doesn't look
right.
cluttered, no.
You know, and I don't know if you can speak for the next tenant that's coming in, but, I mean, you guys are taking up a lot of space here and doing a lot of things. I mean, is this next tenant going to have an opportunity to advertise their business?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that
Okay.
was, we have a master plan of signage for the building and allotments for tenants. And it's actually, it's even allotments
I'm sorry,
per
just-
side of the tenant
okay.
as the building falls out. Now, this particular space that the Wayne Bar is going in is also on the south facade of the building as well as the east facade, which isn't true for the space next to it. So there's an opportunity for an additional sign on the south facade for this
Wait.
business.
I didn't
For the,
follow you there.
I'm sorry, could you explain that again? The income, the next business, you're saying?
I know it gets a little confusing because there's 7 tenants in this building. It's this, that's part of the context. It's a terrific old historic kind of urban architecture out here in the suburbs, and being able to walk down in is atypical for Wayne, but fits the character of Wayne so well. I'll just say that thank you for acknowledging that the signage for this tenant is really constrained in this space that they're in. So we wanted to give them the opportunity to put a sign on the south facade as well. So the south facade is the alley facade.
Right.
The tenant that'll be on the other side of the building doesn't share another facade. It wouldn't. The
They
sign
don't-
on that facade wouldn't help the other tenant.
Okay.
Right. So where's the other tenant going to put their sign?
So they'll have all the other same signage as you see for the Wayne Bar on the other side.
The door,
Wow.
the window, the below grade window,
Yes.
and there's room.
So we're split right down the middle.
And there's-
So that building has exactly the same thing, but on the right.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have the alley facade because it shares a wall with the Great American Pub.
So I'm assuming this is right divided, the bar, so they have this side. But
No, they'll be above.
no, I mean,
That
where
side.
you have bar, that,
To the
they'd have an
right.
arrow that way.
And
And
then
then their
above.
sign would go above here.
That's correct.
Oh, tell me
There's
it's
a
not more
bar sign
food.
that says bar. The sign says bar that's in that, we'll call it the alley.
Sure.
I mean, it's a little confusing to me. I mean, what if a couple sailors are going down there some night looking for a bar?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
we're certainly doing a bit of a play on the fact that it is bar. I mean, we have a bar in.
I
I
get
mean,
it.
there's a bar that
I
you
get
sit down at in the space. We are trying to create a bar feel, but you're getting donuts and
I got
coffee
you.
instead of
And
alcohol.
we don't have any sailors, but whatever. What are the hours going to be?
Yeah, what if, like,
I believe 6
7 or 8
a.m. to about 11, and
Mm-hmm.
then we'll close, and we'll open back up around 2 or 3, and then to about 10.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
For a bar.
Does that little projecting sign, I'm looking for it, does it flip donut to ice cream? That, you know, on the south?
Just the top.
Yeah, the top thing? Oh, okay. I thought I saw it both ways, like, yeah, got it.
Yeah, one's donut, one's ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How's that flip?
With
That's
a
a great
long
question.
pole.
We're going to figure that out creative. I
The
mean,
wind, whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe a pole of some sort, manually.
Okay.
No remote.
Yes.
Everything has a remote.
Okay.
Well, I really like it.
So again, I think they're probably going to have to design that, and I don't know if you have accurate measurements in there for that sign, but I think you're going to have to fit within the parameters of the
You're saying
project.
no higher than 12,
No higher
lower
than
9.
12, no lower than, no higher than 12, no lower than 9 feet from grade.
Okay.
4 square feet maximum,
Okay.
not wider than 30 inches, not less than 12 inches. It's all in the codes there. So under the Wayne Business Overlay District, you can see all that. And again, it says 1 projecting sign per building, but we're kind of getting around that. Pinned away from the building, 2 inches, no more than 6 inches, and non-illuminated.
Sure.
So, but just read it over to make sure you're A-okay on that.
Can I ask a couple clarifying questions?
Yeah.
So the design review board likes the aesthetics of the sign? And
Sure.
I do. I
Yeah.
think we should ask
Yeah.
everyone on the board.
Yeah, we have no problem with that.
and likes the size of the sign?
Yes.
Again,
Well,
I do.
again, I think it's going to have to
Sign.
fit within the definition of projecting sign, you know.
I think it's 3 feet tall, so
It appears that it does.
Yeah, do you have measurements here? Did you present measurements in your
they are,
packet?
they're on,
Right here. Well, it's 1 foot wide, but I can't tell. Projecting scale.
It's 36
Approximately
high
3
and 12
feet.
foot wide, yeah.
Oh, yeah, here you go.
80 inches above grade to bottom of the sign. So what's that
so
math?
that was my
Six.
other question is,
Sorry?
6, 8.
the architects weighed in on this sign here and had research in terms of being in an access way where it can be, and that's where it came up with the 80 inches off of grade, above grade. And I hear you saying that the code may be different
Yeah, the code's,
than that,
right.
because the specific parameters of the code, let's say it's 9 feet. off of grade, I mean, that may be either in the middle of a window, or
Yeah.
I'm just not sure how that'll fall out.
Yeah.
So as
Yeah,
part
that
of
80, sorry.
as part of an application for a variance,
Yeah, no
I assume
projecting.
there's an opportunity to put the sign where it needs to be as well, if that meets the approval of the board, that zoning board.
Well, I mean, it really kind of tie you down a little bit on that, you know. Yeah, no projecting sign shall be lower than 9 feet above grade or higher than 12 feet above grade. So you're 9 to 12, you're pretty restricted. So not lower than 9, not higher than 12. No parts of projecting sign shall extend into vehicular traffic areas. No projecting sign larger than 4 square feet. Shall not be wider than 30 inches and shall not be less than 12 inches. Only one projecting sign per building. So there's a lot on projecting signs, so.
Does it make a difference that that facade isn't on the street? It's actually on a pedestrian way on the...
I don't think so, yeah.
But they have to go in front of the zoning board anyway.
Mhm.
That's what we're asking
I would
for,
just ask them the
some,
same question.
Some flexibility, be able to do the research on the sign, where
Mhm.
it needs to go, what size it is, and then present accurately to the zoning board.
Well, let me ask you this, is it a problem if you come back next month with a revised plan on that?
To us?
Is it, and then,
Was it- is it to
gonna
you or
set
to the zoning board?
Well,
But they have to go to the
Because
zoning board.
if you can
anyway.
approve
okay,
the
well, I mean, we could
design,
look at it and approve the design and maybe go to the, when you,
yeah,
are
we
you
could
opening
approve
up-
the design here, and then we'll go to the zoning board and
Yeah,
ask for the variance.
You're going to open up when?
We'd love to open up August 15.
August 15th, so,
It's really a zoning board question, right?
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
if
mean,
we-
like the sign.
yeah.
If this, even if this doesn't conform to the code, but if we're approving if we're saying we recommend approval of the sign, I also would recommend approval of the location of the sign, or that the location be what works best for this site.
Mhm.
Is that okay if we do that? I mean, that to
Yeah.
me, that, it has to
Right.
be everybody on the board.
Right. I'm just, you know what, to be honest with you, what I'm worried about, and I don't want to knock their business or anything like that, but, you know, if we give in to one and then somebody else wants it on North Wind Avenue and they say, hey, we want this, these guys made it this size, and then all of a sudden, the code really isn't.
Yes,
the
our
code.
issue isn't size right now, it's just location on the building. It's
Well, I
80
think it's
inches
size
off the
and
ground.
and everything, yeah, I think it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot there under projecting signs. It's kind of a new ordinance, this Wayne Business Overlay
Well, as
District.
long as it goes to the other board with
Yeah.
our recommendation, it'd be
Yeah,
approved.
but I still think they should follow the parameters of projecting sign, because if we're, I mean, these ordinances are relatively
I
new. If
understand.
we're giving in now,
Okay, I understand.
you know, what good's the code?
I understand.
So, like I said, I'm not trying to give these guys a hard time. I just think that other businesses are going to come in and say, hey, these guys got it, why can't I get it? And then all of a sudden,
You're right.
everybody's doing what they want to do, basically, and not following the code. And so, I'm, you know, that's just my
We
opinion.
would actually have to get a variance. I mean, we'll have to get a variance to even put the sign up.
Yeah, because
Yes.
you're only allowed one projecting sign, so regardless, yeah. So what do you guys, I mean, what do you feel? Do we, you know, would we like them to come back with a?
Or
a new
can we just approve the design, given that it's hung between the 9 feet and 12 feet?
Yeah, as long as it meets
I
maybe
want to
the
help them
other.
get started. They got a business they're trying to.
Yeah, well, they're going to open in
get
August, so they're
Yeah.
not up against the gun right now.
So that'd mean moving it up 28 inches, I think, am I right? You have it located 80 inches off the ground?
Which is a little shy of 7 feet.
Yeah, and our code says 9 feet?
I mean, your height is okay, you're 36.
Is the height okay?
Well,
Wait,
they're-
the
they're-
height, the length of the sign. The
sign
sign
is-
dimensions are good.
Is right on 36
Yeah.
inches, you're allowed
But it needs
9
to be
12.
108 inches off the.
If you could just
off
move it
the-
up.
Yeah.
The thing is, though,
I think moving it up, it's going to be lost.
For this building,
Mhm.
it looks better, it looks best the way they have it.
Lower.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
so,
It looks
too.
best centered with the
Yeah.
windows. So I
Mhm.
think, I mean, I understand that the code's the code,
Right,
but I
right.
think if they're going for a variance, it should be looked at
Mhm.
according to the building structure. And if it is approved, it's because, hey, you know,
Right.
this building is designed a certain way. I think the size of the sign is fine and the design looks great.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of if zoning decides they're going to,
Right.
permit a variance just because of the, I think it would look weird if we said it has to be however many inches higher, and then you had something that was stuck off
Mhm.
center with the windows. That wouldn't look good.
Brad, do
I
you feel
agree.
that this is to scale? Or you think it was just kind of plopped on there? You think it's really the way it would look in reality?
We reviewed it. I think it's at its best as presented. I don't, we haven't talked about it, but I don't know if he'll choose to go to zoning at the cost that it is to go to zoning.
What does it cost to go to zoning? I should know. It's like $800.
Oh, wow.
So there are some other things in the pipeline for the building for design review board. I don't know if any of them will involve zoning, but potentially down the road we can put those things together.
Do you want to just maybe hold off for now, and you can always listen at another
A
time?
recommendation that the sign is,
I mean, it's not.
to have all this together as a package for them now would be great.
Right.
We could do,
Bob?
we could at least give.
I believe the fee to the zoning hearing board now is $950. I mean, we can confirm that tomorrow for you, Brad. The cutoff to get into the July zoning hearing board, I believe, is next Tuesday to make application to them, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's next Tuesday. You can confirm that with our office tomorrow, Brad.
We might.
All right, and the pricing also, but I believe that's what it is. I think that's what the zoning officer told me today.
So, well, there's a couple issues. You know, forget the location, forget the size, forget all that. You know, in the code book, you're only allowed to have one projecting sign. So, I mean, right then and there, we're kind of dead in the water, no matter, you know, size or location or whatever. So, I mean.
So what can
that's where
we
we're
as a
at.
board do? And we can approve
Well,
all the signage
yeah,
except this projecting
exactly.
sign. But what can we say about the projecting sign?
We probably can't approve a second projecting sign, since the code clearly states you're only allowed one per building, again, unless they go to the zoning hearing board.
It's really a shame because the Suburban isn't advertising a business. It's just declaring this is a building, this is a historic
Yeah.
building, and that's, I remember discussing that when you came before us.
Right.
To me, the projecting, but I know it's a projecting sign,
Yeah.
but to me, when we're talking about projecting signs, we're talking about advertising or letting the location of a business entity be known. So to me, this is a little different, but.
I think you have something. That, the Suburban is a building identification
Yeah.
sign.
Right.
This is a tenant identification sign, and there's only one of those.
But the photographer's already got a projecting sign.
But they're on a different wall. They're on Lancaster. They're on the front. So this would be on a perpendicular wall to
All
them.
right, well, it says here, only one projecting sign
Oh,
per
per
building
building.
face,
Oh.
parentheses, wall of a business
Per
property shall
building
be permitted.
face, what does it say?
Per building face, and then in parentheses, wall.
Okay,
of a
so,
business property shall be permitted, so if we want to look at that as being the
so what I'm
sole
saying is,
projecting sign,
this projecting sign is on the North Wayne Avenue
okay.
wall. This projecting sign is on the alley wall. So that wouldn't that be two different walls?
Probably.
I mean, do you think,
I'd say it's two different walls.
Yeah.
what do you think,
Bill?
Brian?
What-
Sure.
What does Bill think?
What does Bill
What do you think, Bill?
All right, I think I kind of said something in the beginning about that, but we would consider the Suburban sign a projecting sign. Okay, so a second sign on that wall would be this projecting sign. So they would have to go to the zoning hearing board. That is what I had expressed to our zoning officer, and that is exactly what the zoning officer's interpretation.
Right.
That
so
this
we
bar
already-
sign would be a second projecting sign on that south wall. So they have to go to the zoning hearing board to have that approved.
So we already know we can't approve it anyway. We're just making a
Well, we
recommendation
recommend
that
it.
we think it's worth overriding that.
Yeah, you could approve the design of the sign. We can make it a condition that before the installation of the sign, that the location and the sign itself, the installation of the sign, has to be approved by the zoning hearing board. They need to seek a variance to the zoning hearing board for that. You can
And
make
you-
that a condition. We've done that before here.
And then you would
that's
at
what
least
we
have
will
that in
ask
your
for.
back pocket
Yes.
when you want to spend the money.
Yeah,
or,
it's
you know.
already approved. They don't have to come back here again for the design
Okay.
if you
Okay.
guys approve
I'm okay with
this
that. I'm okay with
design
that.
today,
Okay.
tonight.
For Brad, I mean, is there another, looking at the building, we don't really have a clear photograph of the whole building, but is there an opportunity somewhere else to maybe just put a laminate flat up on one of the pillars near the entrance to the steps to further identify? I'm sorry, there's a.
That's a great question. We looked at it, had a few different counselors on, including Two Paper Dolls and the architecture firm that worked with us on the building and ownership. And you're dealing with the character of the building, where we really want to preserve the historical facade as much as possible.
Right.
We like
There
the
really isn't
sign,
any
it
other
just doesn't work
opportunity.
from our committee, take it up to the zoning.
Right, I agree.
Or come up with a new idea and stop back to see us. You know, it's a lot of scoops of ice cream, $950, so,
I
yeah,
think it's gonna stop your business,
Yeah.
just a little bit of an impediment.
yeah.
But
So-
you get
Come
what
over.
you want in the end, I think.
But I really think your main sign's going to be the one over the steps.
Yes.
I mean, that's really, it's going to make or break you, you know, so,
So if we wanted to do something in the alley, we would have to come back to y'all and then go to zoning?
Wait, no, I don't,
Just go to
No,
zoning.
no.
Zoning.
As long as we have what we recommend to the zoning hearing board, that's,
Oh, you're going to make the,
In the motion.
we'll
that
make
we
a, yeah, the
approve.
motion, we'll make a recommendation,
okay.
which I'm assuming is going to go, you know,
yeah,
we would recommend, yeah.
okay. All right, so enough talk about that?
Great.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the windows?
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
This is, I know it's hard to see, but this is actually more accurate. Instead of the donut logo icon that you'll see in this one, the smaller picture here is a bit more accurate of our plan. So to put the Wayne bar there. The panel behind the water sprinkler will become glass, and we will put a donut icon there.
Oh,
Okay,
good. I like
good, so there'll be ice cream on one, donut on the other.
So it'll
Great.
be a bit hidden, but we think that for aesthetics, it works.
I think this whole
Oh.
idea and scheme looks, it's great for Wayne.
I think so, too.
Thank you.
The whole signage thing looks great, too.
Really good.
The only thing, I feel like the bad guy tonight, the only thing is, again, we have that 20%
20%.
restriction, you know.
On the glass.
Yeah.
Well, if you can ignore the solid background on these icons and focus on the background on these icons, there is no background there.
Oh, okay, I see. So that'll scale it down a lot then.
Could you,
Yes.
could you explain, what did you say again?
This larger picture that I have here,
Yes.
we're not
Oh, they won't-
using that solid
Okay,
background.
got it,
So we
got it.
believe that the percentage shrinks down
Yeah.
significantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
You know, this question came up when we were reading the code. Is it 20% of every given window, or is it more of the glass available to a business, 20% of that?
Oh, you mean, so could we throw Little Nest in there and say, boy, there are no, okay, you're just,
Well,
yes, and then, or is it per business?
no, I think it's 20% per
Per
business.
business,
Yeah, they've got
yeah.
their 20%. You
Right,
guys
they-
have your 20%.
Yeah.
But individual, like panes of glass, is that what you're saying? Or in total?
Divided
I-
lights.
Yeah.
the total glass
Covers
on the,
the
for the
total.
business, you can
Okay.
cover 20% of
Yeah,
it.
total glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so you have a little more glass down here at the bottom of the steps, is that right?
Yes.
And they have 4 windows on the side as well.
Okay.
that You
Yeah,
don't
the-
have any plan for?
Yeah, the windows, there's 4 windows on it's on the alley.
Oh, on the outside.
Alley.
Oh,
It's
so
literally
there'll be
on
some
the surface
visibility.
of the alley. We're not
Yeah.
putting anything in
Okay.
those windows.
Okay, all right. So as long as you meet 20%.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. So
Okay,
you're not the bad guy, you're just being accurate.
doing my best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and you're allowed 20%. I think in your plans it says 15, but yeah, 20%. I believe it's 20%. It's 15% on planned business, but I don't know that we're looking at this as planned business. Shopping centers and things like that are more planned business. So we'll say 20%.
Okay.
All right. And those sandwich boards? 10 signs outside? You're
we'd
not
love
allowed to
one.
have those? Yeah, you're not allowed to have them. I know they're popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to have one.
Okay.
I know your code enforcer's been out trying to crack down on that, but they're popping up all over town, so, yeah.
Stamp one out here. What, Westchester's full of
Yeah.
them?
I live in Westchester. I love them.
Yeah, until somebody trips on them. Right? Yeah. But yeah, it's just, again, it's in the book and, you know, yeah. Address number
That's the address numbers on the
in
building.
the building, yeah. Are you thinking of doing outside dining or anything like that, or?
We want to come back to the board later for that.
Okay, all right, you'll have to just come back and see us. Yeah. Actually, I guess your outside dining is going to be people sitting on the steps, probably. I see
For the
that
most
now.
part.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Right. All right. What else, guys?
Wow, we had an ice cream business there quite a while ago on the corner. Do you remember that?
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
It was a mess. So,
Oh, this is
get a
gross.
hose.
Love a hose.
Yeah.
There's a hose.
That's
There's a
good,
bit.
because that was the only thing, it's like, it was gummy everywhere. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't even.
The last one is the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah. Okay.
Make sure we get all approval.
Again, you're bound to the 20% rule on that also.
Okay.
All right, so. Do you want to put your hours of operation on there, or?
I'm okay without them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Left your keys in the door, by the way. Notice that?
See that?
Yeah. All right. I guess you got some water in there. I see the drain in the foyer.
That's in the that's in the
Yeah.
it's an exterior. I mean, it's the steps.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, I think it's
All right. Look all right?
I think it looks
Looks
good.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing looks good.
Anything else that we should be aware of? Okay.
well, that's all for today.
Brad, when do you think the other tenant will come back? You have any idea?
For signage,
Yeah.
I'm thinking in July.
Okay. So again, you heard the application has to be in by the 19th? Okay. All right. But, yeah, I'd look at the whole building, and maybe there's an easier way out on that projecting sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to go to the zoning hearing board.
Yeah.
I think
And,
that's the only option.
yeah,
I think we'll try to lump it in with other suburban building business.
right,
So
right.
make
Yeah.
them pay for it.
There you go. I think we're ready. I don't know, is there any
Okay.
questions, comments? Brian, Tony, you guys all right?
Good for Wayne.
Any
So
other
you
questions?
couldn't hang a sign here, right? I'm asking if you can hang a sign, and I don't even know if you would want one, but from the roof across here, centering over the steps, could you hang a sign?
Yeah, well, there'd be 4 retailers underneath that one sign, and there's an office tenant behind it, so unless you mean hanging it underneath the gutter across the...
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, right down here, I mean, I think I'm the gutter, like the gutter hanging it there, for the 2 businesses that are below grade but whose signs cannot be seen from the street. Is that allowed?
I mean, we've had 'em
decided
before.
That'd be too confusing with the other 2 retailers.
I know.
They were-
People will find the donuts.
That photo's not a good photo because it was a winter photo, but
Yeah,
it's...
that
because
tree
it's
is
a winter
probably-
photo,
it's
the
fully
only one that
leaved. Yeah, it's in
shows
full-
the
yep.
sun Because of the trees out. in the
Okay,
spring.
forget that.
I always thought looking at that building too, there's an opportunity as you're walking up the sidewalk towards Great American Pub, if you look straight ahead, maybe a small ground sign right there. I don't know, almost up against Great American Pub's fence.
Like a sandwich board?
No, not a sandwich board, a permanent, fixture and, done
Like
properly.
on that fence there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listing maybe just a retail store.
Listing all the stores that are, all the businesses that are in there.
Like a small ground sign,
Okay.
possibly.
Thank
Yeah. Well, and you're allowed to have that, so, yeah. All right? All right, Cindy.
Oh, this is kind of complicated.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. In the matter of DRB 2013-47, I move that we accept, I don't know if you call it the wall sign, and the bar sign at the entrance, the door sign, these window signs, with the understanding that because you have additional window area around your business, that you will not be covering more than 20%. That signage I move that we approve. In terms of the projecting sign on the south wall, I move that the board recommend that the design be, that we approve the design, and we recommend to the zoning board that they consider allowing this projecting sign. How are we?
I think we're good. Okay, do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
guys. Thanks.
you.
Thanks. Okay, Brad. All right. And
Can't
again,
wait to see what's coming next.
yeah, June 19th,
Yep.
if your other tenant's coming in, so, okay.
I know, I was thinking it's all ice cream.
You're not going to tell
Not
us.
food.
You're not going to tell
Not
us.
food? Okay, good.
Okay,
It's not a tattoo parlor either.
okay, all right.
Shoes, because that could be a problem too.
Or another dentist.
Dentist, yeah, no, it's not.
Okay.
You know, you should give me those donut cards to put in my dental office.
I can do that.
My husband told me
Good
to
for your
stop
teeth.
giving candy away. It's not right.
Okay. All right. Any other
Thank you.
comments for tonight? Should we adjourn?
Well, I think we have an issue here. I think we need a couple hours to discuss the antennas.
Oh, okay, that's,
They didn't come.